getting nuked for a little while.
Late one night in Mexico City, a concerned woman calls the local police saying that she hears strange, unexplained noises coming from her son's apartment just above her. The problem is, her son is out of town and the apartment.
No, I know it would
empty.
be just
The
joking.
police quickly arrive on the scene, but they don't find anyone inside. No robber.
I think it'd be a good like intro for a video.
However,
like
the officers do hear strange noises.
right now, the abandoned world thing is like very
voices.
popular.
They are concerned that someone might be hiding inside the residence.
It always has been,
So,
but
the officers radio
just seen so many videos
a
lately
nearby public CCTV camera
that are just like, I explored an abandoned $1 game and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like, that sounds like what I've been doing for a long time.
focused on the windows of the upstairs apartment. What the camera captures is downright chilling.
Downright chilling. Come on. Exactly, Nicholas. That stuff used to be fun, or like Rust.
The CCTV camera captures the ghostly figures of 3 children looking up.
It used to be kind of eerie, like running the Rust server for Vinesauce, and then like everyone would get kind of bored after a few weeks. There'd be like hundreds of people playing. You could just go walk through these like abandoned towns that people had built. You'd find all these like, this landscape is pockmarked with like fucking these weird fucking shells of houses and fucking abstract buildings that people were making.
Out the window as the police leave.
And that's just Rust in general, but
security guard claims that every 10 years this same strange phenomenon happens.
Overlooked thing in those kind of games, I think.
Why? He says that no children have ever lived in that apartment, so he has no idea who or what this might be. To this day, the footage remains a mystery. Wisman's Wood. It's a dark and rainy day when a teenager and his 2 younger sisters set out to explore the haunted Wisman's Wood in Devon, England. Local legend says that the haunted forest was once considered sacred ground by the ancient Druids, and that any hiker should stay away from the woods at night or during bad weather. The 3 siblings have been walking for about an hour when the older brother decides to make a short video complaining about the rain. What happens next is truly bizarre.
Walking for like an hour now. It is f***ing it down.
Or just other people's abandoned worlds. Like at the browser server. Just going to random people's like servers and games.
I have no idea where the dog is. What?
Did you see it? A dark, eerie figure seems to be staring at them before quickly disappearing out of sight.
I don't know about
that. The video was posted to YouTube by a friend of the family who believes they might have caught some sort of paranormal sighting in Wisman's Wood.
Doing my head in. It's getting dark. I have no idea where the dog is.
It looked like it was just like a
and a happy
animal.
New Year. TikTok user Sav is celebrating New Year's Eve with her mother when something happens that they simply can't explain.
Alright. Ready? Wait, let's make sure we're alright. 1, 2, 3, straight up. Oh. Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh! I can get it. Twist it. Happy New Year's! Happy New Year's!
We just saw this one, didn't we? It was like a different angle. The snow globe starts working again.
As you do, when from her father, his mom, and little sister
That
out in the
fucking
remote
pog
woods
face.
of the Ouachita Mountains in Oklahoma. One day at around 5 p.m., Ryan is outside shoving a Christmas tree into the trunk of his car, as you do, when his security camera captures something truly unnerving.
You like just getting rid of him? I think I've seen this one, but like months ago.
Someone or something seems to walk through the woods towards Ryan. then bend over and just kind of disappear into thin air. Ryan says that he didn't see or hear anyone at the time, and after viewing the footage, the family is concerned that a stranger might have been trespassing on their land. But obviously, they can't explain how this person could have just disappeared. So is this something paranormal caught on camera?
It looks like a weird angle.
Or is it something even scarier? A stranger hiding in the remote woods?
It is actually a few-week-old video, too.
Before we move on to the next video, if you see anything that you think...
Maybe we did already watch this entire video. I thought it was new.
Jordan Curran and his 2 children were enjoying a quiet night at an Airbnb in Anchorage, Alaska. It's late in the evening when the kids fall asleep in Jordan's arms, and he takes a video to preserve this precious moment. What happens next absolutely scares the out of him.
What a fucking weird video, dude.
Jimena says she felt something forcibly...
I mean, that's probably a great video to have of your family, but like, I don't know why fucking share it to the internet because you thought you saw a ghost in it.
Touch her back. She jumps up and turns around, expecting someone to be there, perhaps playing a prank. There's no one. But did you see it? Well, probably not, because this video looks like it was shot with a potato.
Like, think about how much you might like have a picture or a video of your father or mother someday like that.
In the video, they
it's like, oh yeah, dad uploaded this to the internet because he thought there was a ghost in it.
Right shoulder.
I guess it doesn't ruin it.
Jimena says that she is shocked and doesn't know what to do other than to just move on and try to forget. Since then, Jimena has never posted anything more about the paranormal. Mimic. Melody Rose from Los Angeles, California is recording a TikTok video about perfume when something very strange happens.
Okay, if you're like me and you're looking for a new signature scent that like will have you needing to beat off men, beat off, pause, but you know what I mean, like you don't have to beat them.
Yeah, just put pictures of your fucking animals online.
Everybody will hunt you down and be like, what are you wearing? Because one time I had left the room and this chick followed me and she was like, even though you're no longer in the room, I can still smell you. What is that?
I know, that's always...
This. And I keep buying the Discovery sets. 1, because they're cheaper. 2, because this brand has so many scents that I'm like, which one do I even love? Like, I don't know. I'm leaning towards the Arabian Tonka. I think that's how you say it.
An unidentified
is this a guerrilla advertising tactic?
Hey. And
dude, how fucking like it would be kind of smart. It would also be so grimy. You pay someone to make a fucking ghost video like this for your top 10 ghost videos. You insert it. It's like an ad though, and you're like, coincidentally, today we're sponsored by Scentbird. We're sponsored by Shitbird today. And like, I think that's what that is, isn't it? When they send you out like the little samples.
Melody.
Be pretty fucking meta.
Beat off, pause, but you know what? I'm like, which one do I even love? Like, I don't know.
Now,
like, I wouldn't even be mad about that.
This voice at all and is completely unaware of what she just captured. So she switches to another topic and records another video.
You can actually buy.
And she hears it.
Okay, first of all, why didn't anyone tell me that if you have yeah?
Yeah.
My bad. So I forgot.
Doppelganger?
I didn't think about it. I'm home alone. And I thought someone called me and I'm
all right, going a little too far.
Melody. Maybe it was my cat, and she sounds like a human sometimes.
What?
That was you, right?
Melody. Cat's mouth just moves. Melody.
Someone calls out Melody's name. loud enough that she actually answers back.
Okay, first of all,
Yeah, there's like certain songs where I feel like I could hear my
anyone
dad
tell me
yelling
that
my
you
name.
have yeah.
Used to get me all the time.
But then Melody remembers something creepy. She's home alone. She immediately begins to freak out, and
You know
the
that-
voice calls her name.
You know that sample from It Takes Two to Do Right or whatever the fuck the song is, where it's like a lady and a man like, woo, ah, woo. You know what I'm talking about? To make the thing go right. To Rob Bass and DJ Easy.
Right about now,
I don't think this is the right song.
By the sounds of MC Rawface and DJ.
Is that it?
Right about
Is that really how the song starts?
You're about to be possessed by the sounds of MC Rawface and DJ Easy Rock.
What the fuck? I never knew that. That second part, it sounds like someone saying, Jeff. I swear to God, it sounds like my dad yelling my name. You hear it? Just sounds like my dad yelling my name like
What's up,
far,
Jeff?
far away. What's up, Jeff? And there's other songs that do that.
Name again.
Never heard the start of the song either. Or I never realized it started like that. I bet the radio stations all like cut that out.
Sound can be heard in the
So that
audio
song used
of
to be
her
played
entire recording.
incessantly at one point.
After posting the video to TikTok, many
It
viewers
drove me
believe that
fucking
Melody
crazy.
is dealing with a mimic, a type of entity
It was
that
on the
copies the voice
Chevy
of its
Chase, like,
target
top
and
40
their
for, like,
family
2
in an
years.
attempt to take over their life. But others believe that it might simply just be a malfunctioning Amazon Alexa. But Melody says that she has no Alexa devices in her home.
Another thing, Alexa, I don't have an Alexa.
So is Melody in
She looks like
danger
she's
from a
doing like all the
supernatural
extra
force?
stuff in like
Or
some of these
Is
videos
it
though.
all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Scream. Sierra J. Casey, a concerned mother and TikTok user, has been noticing some very strange behavior from her daughter at their Texas home.
Take
One day,
two
the
to make a
toddler comes
ding-doo,
running out of her
right?
bedroom, terrified
Stop putting your
and
fucking
refusing
kids in
to
these
go back.
videos. And Nuke,
TikTok
stop.
user
Stop.
While on a motorcycle road trip, Kenneth Statkin and his friend
kids
Justin
not be
decide
haunted?
to explore the ruins of Bayless Paper Mill in Austin, Pennsylvania. The paper mill
Two
was
fucking
destroyed
videos
over
so far.
100 years ago when the nearby dam collapsed, sending a massive wall of water crashing down on the factory.
It's like
78 people lost
in
their
context
lives.
is fine, but just
Now,
like
it should be noted
filming
that
a
Kenneth and
child
Justin
sitting in
are
their
not
room like
YouTube
playing for like
paranormal
2 minutes.
investigators. They're not even urban explorers.
It's fucking weird.
They are just curious travelers passing through. So, when the guys arrive in town, they meet a local man who warns them that the Bayless Mill is haunted by the victim's ghosts.
That looks like a
he
fucking
has even had a paranormal encounter
Knock off Theo Von.
himself.
See that guy?
Definitely think that place is
Oh
haunted
yeah,
down there.
most definitely. The paper mill's haunted as because I went there the one night, me and my buddy.
Timu version
We
of
all went
Theo
over there,
Von.
And like something ran behind us
No kidding.
on Snapchat. Like he caught it on camera and everything.
Kenneth and Justin arrive at the paper mill and begin exploring
Shit
the
looks cool
decaying
though. It's a pretty cool
structure.
ruin.
Just as the sun is starting to set on their day, Kenneth and his friend find the mill's dark basement and head down to check it out. And this is when things take a very creepy turn.
Is there an alligator, right? Isn't there like an alligator?
And let's go down there and see what's happening.
I think I've seen this one.
You want to go down there?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Little did we know the experience we would have would leave chills running down the back of our necks the rest of the night.
Swordfire
Get
X5.
that lower, closer down here.
There's a bone in the beaver dam there. Good.
I think there's like an alligator down here.
What is it?
A bone.
Yeah.
Bone.
And
I don't see it. Oh, it is. What the?
thinking something else, I guess.
Holy smokes.
Bone. Yeah, I can't remember that part. Sounds like an animal.
What was that?
Like a dog, yeah.
Hello? Yep, get the out of there.
Yep.
Yep, no more of that.
Oh yeah, I remember him doing the Yahoo
Did you hear
sound.
that?
Oh, yeah.
What was
Goddamn Yahoo out there.
The two explorers hear very bizarre sounds, and then a strange voice is heard.
The mountain
from the
monster
darkness.
guys were on the other
It
side.
sounds very close by.
What was that?
Now, the first whimpering sounds could be explained away as simply the odd calls of some strange animal. However,
Oh,
the last sound
Beaver looked
is
fucking
different.
mad.
It's much louder and almost sounds like someone or something calling for help.
Hello? Yep, get the out of there.
Yep.
So the question is, if this was an animal, why would it come closer to the sound
Yeah,
of people?
there's one channel that I
instead of
like that
just
does it
running
way
off?
too often. Like every
Well,
video
whatever it
thumbnail
is,
was like
Kenneth and Justin
kids
are freaked out.
haunted, and I was starting
They
to get like
decide to
really
just get
weirded
out
out
of
by
there.
it.
So considering the mill's tragic history, could it be that Kenneth accidentally captured the ghostly voice of one of the 78 people who passed away when the Austin Dam collapsed? You
That is
decide.
Fucking
The Haunted Hill House.
scary.
The
as
Hill
hell.
House in Mineral Wells, Texas is said to be one of the most haunted locations in the U.S. The home is owned by Catherine and Edward Estes, who allow guests to rent out the Hill House overnight so that they can have their own supernatural experience in the home.
See,
Visitors
well,
have
if
reported hearing
you
voices
rent it
being
out,
scratched
have
and
a
bitten, and some
supernatural
even had things
experience, and you
thrown
have a
at them.
supernatural
The
experience,
owners
isn't
say
that?
that most guests get so freaked out that they leave early and often don't even make it through the night. So one night, a group of friends rent out the Hill House just to have
you're
a
paying
little
for?
spooky fun. Now, none of the group are paranormal investigators. In fact, they're not even really believers in the supernatural at all. But that is about to change. One member of the group, Victoria, lays down on a bed and jokingly starts to taunt one of the spirits that is said to haunt the house. Needless to say, it did not go well.
United we stand.
As you can see,
Oh my
she was yanked
God.
off the bed. This was not a fall. And then they ran out. We're going to rewind that. and
Oh,
we're gonna show you in
two
regular
resubs
screen.
in the fucking same minute. Comfy. For the 8 months. Seeing you. You're well. Hobo.
Something seems to violently
A
yank
fucking
Victoria
year.
right off the bed as her
Yeah,
friends
baby.
watch in horror.
Guys, I
The
appreciate
security camera in the room catches the action as Victoria quickly gets to her feet and the group just makes a run for it. One of the guys is so panicked that he drops his phone and doesn't even stop to pick it up. Now, cut to almost 1 hour later. It's around
It's got-
3 in the
it's
morning, and
hauntedhillhouse.com.
Drew wants to test out
I'm gonna go
the
check it out.
supposedly paranormal activity for
that. Did they say it
himself.
was?
He enters the same room and immediately begins to aggressively taunt the ghost. He says that the spirit is a
in,
coward, and that if it
DFW
really wants
area.
to attack someone, why doesn't it attack a man?
Same room.
Look at the
Interesting.
guy in the white hat right here,
go
guys. Follow
investigate it.
him.
Before I can even finish my sentence, I'm in the air.
All right, we're going to pull it back.
It's basically one of those Halloween haunted houses, but like a year-round thing,
you see
kind of.
how he
Or is
got
it an
pushed?
Airbnb? Like, what's the deal?
So, Drew gets his wish. He is violently shoved by something, and then he almost knocks down his two friends as he runs from the room. But it gets even weirder, because as Drew and his friends run out, something seems to yank the door closed behind them. And if you watch closely,
Kind of like a
you can
burgeoning
actually see
business.
the doorknob move.
There's like
as if
so
it's
much
being
more
pulled.
haunted house stuff
Since
now than
these
there ever
creepy
was,
incidents,
I
the
feel
Haunted
like.
Hill House has gotten national
It's
recognition
expensive.
online and through various news outlets. Sean Gigi, a news reporter for local TV station WFAA, goes to the Hill House to interview the owners, Catherine and Edward. But what he doesn't know is that he too is about to have a paranormal experience, all caught by his own news camera.
What was that?
Did you hear that?
She
In the middle of
crying?
the interview, we heard something scratch.
Oh, it's just like a glitter in your eye.
My microphone didn't pick it up very well, but I'm being completely honest when I tell you I heard it clearly.
I mean,
and the creepy incidents at the haunted Hill House just don't
is that anything?
seem to stop. Because remember Victoria, who got yanked off the bed by some unseen force? Well, a year after her first terrifying visit, Victoria returned to Hill House again, and this time something scratched her back so badly that her shirt was soaked in blood. So is the Hill House in Mineral Springs, Texas, one of the most haunted places on Earth? And would you stay overnight and taunt the spirits inside? Let me know down in the comments. It follows. Memo and Patty, a couple who explore haunted places in Mexico, visit a cursed forest where a woman mysteriously vanished without a trace. Soon after this investigation, the couple begins to experience strange, unexplained events in their
I don't know,
home
dude. I don't
that
think any
absolutely
Airbnb
terrified the
is a good
entire
gig anymore.
family.
No mames. No seas mamador. No seas mamón, güey.
I don't think they operate on Airbnb though. I feel like they operate on their own.
No.
They
Allá
get.
adentro no hay nadie, ¿eh? Se
You can
los
get
juro que allá
like
adentro
word of
no hay
mouth.
nadie,
You're probably way better off that way.
El cuarto está completamente solo.
We went to the Winchester House. One of the first things I did in California was just went to a tour of the Winchester House. It was sick. Sure, a few guys will go in there.
Ahora, ¿qué más ves? No sé, lo grabas.
Aquí estamos
Ghost
nosotros.
followed them home.
Sí, lo grabé. Checa, se va a ver. Se va a ver. Sí, lo grabé.
Mamo and Patty begin to worry that the spirit of the woman who disappeared in the woods might have followed them home, restless and unable to move on to the other side. The paranormal activity in the house becomes so intense that it even starts to wake them up at night.
¿Quién eres y qué quieres? Espérate. Ten
Yeah,
cuidado,
just
te
beat
vas
up
a
the
caer.
ghost.
Ay, cabrón.
Hay que bajar.
Ay.
En nombre de Jesús. Te ordeno que te largues de nuestra casa.
¡Oh, la madre!
The couple is horrified when they hear the voice of a sobbing woman coming from somewhere in their home. Memo checks everywhere, but there's no one there. Now, I should mention that Memo and Patty stream many of their paranormal encounters live on YouTube as they happen. They say that they want to prove that their experiences are real and absolutely terrifying. So, cut to another night, and the family is woken up again by sounds coming from outside their bedroom. Memo immediately starts live streaming from his phone. What happens next is downright chilling.
Yeah, I think poltergeists specifically get more powerful the more attention you give them.
Yo te ordeno en nombre de nuestro Señor
That's like the
Jesucristo
idea.
que te alejes,
Is that a
que te
statue of?
vayas. No tienes cabida en este hogar. No tienes cabida en nuestras vidas. En nombre de Jesucristo, yo te expulso y te despojo de este lugar. Te despojo.
What was it supposed to be?
Ser inmundo.
Live viewers watch in horror as a woman's face can be seen looking in through a window. But that window is on the house's second floor. Memo is unaware of what has just happened. Then he finally reads through his live stream chat.
Yeah, I thought it was a painting too.
¿En esa?
¿Qué hijo?
En la ventana de las escaleras. Esa. ¿Qué vieron ahí?
I wonder who it was.
Sí, ¿qué vieron?
¿Qué había?
¿Qué había? ¿Pero qué?
Ay, no.
No mamen, No manches, no. Sí, no puede, es imposible que haya alguien ahí parado y les voy a demostrar por qué. Ay, Dios, me da cosa bajar, hija. Miren.
¿No hay manera de que nosotros podamos subir a la superficie?
No, miren, ahí está la ventana, ¿sale? Jálale aquí, hija. Ay. Chéquense. ¿A dónde está la ventana? ¿Ya vieron? O sea, son aproximadamente como 4 o 5 metros a la ventana.
Memo shows that it would have been impossible for anyone to look through the window on their second floor, as it's just way too high for anyone to reach. So just
who would go up there?
Or what is this? Memo and his wife don't know what they might have brought home from the haunted exploration of
Who
the
would be
woods.
doing that?
Is it a lost spirit looking for help, or something more sinister? A night at the museum. Unfortunately, the source of this next creepy video is unknown. The video shows security guards at a museum somewhere in Kazakhstan watching the CCTV camera at 7:30 at night. The guard spots something absolutely unnerving.
I don't know what we're looking at exactly.
Yeah. Gördünüz mü? Freezer жүр. Krан жабық тұр. Krан жабық тұр, иә. Мен жауып кеттім ғой. Сіз шынап қот жасап жауып келдіңіз. Қайта сізге көрінбепті жаңа. Көрінгенде сіздің есіңіз шығады.
Its presence would have driven you mad.
Көрдіңіз мі? Елес жүр ғой, елес. Призрак. Бәсе өткенде мен түнгі сағат 1-лерде көргем.
A pale figure that appears to be wearing a white gown is curiously walking among the museum exhibits. The guards have no explanation for what they are seeing. They believe the mysterious figure is a ghost.
You truly
but
would
without
have
a
lost
reliable
your
source for
minds.
information, we'll never know exactly what happened here. So is this a genuine paranormal encounter? As always, I leave that up to you to decide. The Window Watcher. Popular urban explorer Colin from the YouTube channel The Bearded Explorer is traveling through France when he finds the perfect abandoned house to explore.
It's
The
always the
two-story
bearded
house has been
something.
abandoned for years, and it seems that the former owner has left
Actually a
almost
nice
everything
CRT.
behind. Colin films his exploration as he carefully walks through the house to discover its secrets. He takes photos and videos for his social media and eventually leaves, satisfied that he has documented everything of note inside the house. But it isn't until he looks back at the footage later that he discovers that he had missed something while filming the outro for his video.
Someone should make a channel where they do this like ghost hunting shit, but then they turn out to be the ghost. It's actually like a fucking art piece.
Right guys, well that is it for today's video. Hope you've
Yeah,
enjoyed
like
it.
says something
Please
about
like and
society.
subscribe. Please go and check out the Instagram, which is the _. Also go and check out the Facebook page. Like always, I'll put all the pictures on Facebook. 10 of us on Instagram, and I'll see you on next week's video.
Someone can be seen peeking out the window from behind a curtain. Now, I have carefully watched Colin's entire uncut video.
The others,
there is
that's true.
absolutely no sign of anyone
Love that movie.
inside that house. From the moment Colin enters, no sound of movement can be heard. The only noise is from Colin himself as he wanders around the house. Even creepier, this is not the only strange thing that he captures on video during this visit. After he posts the video to YouTube, one of Colin's sharp-eyed viewers spots something truly bizarre.
So we'll start with this one first because this one looks like it's got a lot of stuff inside, and it has got some more photographs.
Yeah, there's
in
one
there.
scene with like the little girl under the sheet that's like really crazy.
The ceiling is completely
Not really that
covered
crazy,
in
but it's just like,
mold.
ugh.
Bit of condensation up in the corner again. Look at this, the cupboard completely filled with clothes still. Wow. Absolutely amazing.
I guess it's Sixth Sense.
Look at that, it looks as if something's been climbing
I
in.
did
Oh
that.
god. I mean, in the bag just hit my leg. I thought someone tapped my leg. It looks as if something's been climbing in here and sleeping in here maybe.
Did you see it? In the reflection of a cupboard mirror in a bedroom, a pair of feet can be seen standing underneath the window curtain, almost as if someone is hiding behind the curtain. But when Colin pans the camera back towards the curtains, the mysterious feet are gone. Also, if we look back at the footage from a couple of minutes before, there were no feet there when Colin entered the bedroom. So, did the urban explorer accidentally capture not one, but 2 paranormal events on camera? Let me know. You can watch this entire exploration and many more over on the YouTube channel, The Bearded Explorer. Night Watch. A security guard working at a factory in Mexico is confused when he meets a new employee that no one, not even his boss, has told him about. The next day, he complains to a coworker about the odd conversation he had, only to be told that there is no new employee. When they check the building's security footage, they are shocked.
A weird room.
It's clear in the footage that the guard has a full-on conversation with no one. He pulls off the chair next to him and waves for whoever he's talking to come sit down. And that's not all, because did you see it? Right as the guard pulls off the chair, a dark figure with arms and legs seems to move past him and then disappear into thin air.
Isn't it his shadow?
Many believe that the security guard was talking to the ghost of an old employee who might have passed away at the factory. Maybe even someone who had a fatal accident on their first day of work. But is this a real ghost caught on camera or not? That is up to you to decide. Thanks so much for watching. Maybe watch one of these videos, and I'll see you next
to tell
time.
me. Yo, Gravedigger Dampy. You about 5 months. What's going on? We're doing well. Let's check out the thing I was just talking about. The abandoned worlds. Abandoned Steam games. There it is. Yeah, I think this is a cool idea. Not like specifically like old games, but like more new games that like came out, were okay, and just everyone stopped playing. Let's check out.
Today we're exploring some of the best and worst
This is
dead
Rye
games in the
Games.
world. There he is, the man, the
Channel.
myth, the legend. Oh. In the past, I always seemed to run into the most wholesome people inside of these games, and today was no different.
Be careful.
Oh. Oh!
I feel like I always see footage of people playing
that's
this
a
one
teammate.
still.
Be careful.
Holy
The enemy is everywhere.
Welcome back.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I think I've seen this one. Beyond the Wire. At 2022.
Beyond the Wire was released in 2022 by Redstone Interactive as one of the most realistic war FPS games. For the first few months of its lifetime, the average player count rarely went below 50. And I know that still isn't great, but it's a lot compared to the normal player count today. Oh, okay. There's nobody online. Oh, there are bots. Do they follow
The
me?
French.
No, they just kind of stand there. When I loaded up the
But
game,
yeah, it's just
all
kind of
servers
fascinating,
were completely
but also
empty.
sad
So I
a little
used this
bit that
time
like someone put all this
before
work into some of
surely
this
joined
stuff
to
and
get
it's just like
used to the game.
who
Eventually,
cares?
someone did actually join the
Maybe
game.
it's
And
a reflection
about
of
half an hour
how
and a lot of chasing
games
later,
sucked
I
and
finally
they should have
found
made it
Tom
better. I don't
in the
know.
map. Tom Wurtz 31. Wait, I'm on the wrong team though. I need to get on the other team. Help! Help! Hey. Bonjour? Bonjour. I don't... Help! Yeah, English. Where are you from?
Okay. I'm French.
You're French. Nice. Je m'appelle.
It's good.
How long have you played this game for? Like months or days? Oh, my bad. I was hoping Tom could actually teach me, but the guy actually ended up having less than 2 hours playtime. So it just happened that we were both trying the game out at the same time for the first time.
Can you say fusil?
Fusil.
Okay, it's good.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Can you say casque?
Casque.
Okay, good.
Hey Siri, what does casque mean in French?
Can you say ville?
Is Willy?
Can you say tiel?
Tiel.
Okay.
Is good?
Let's go.
Thank
Can
you.
say
Yeah, he's learning. It's like Duolingo, basically.
Telephone.
okay. It's good. Okay.
Thank you.
Are you ready to the fight?
Yeah, I'm ready. See.
It's called like something rust barbed wire.
We.
What's it called?
Never mind, I remember. We.
Okay,
Go. There were some other
the
people
razor
that
wire
come
or
and
something.
went, and then at some point Tom said himself that he had to go. This game is pretty sick though.
Beyond the wire.
I hope
Oh.
we see each other again soon.
Alright, sounds good, Tom. Cheers, man.
Pretty
Have
wholesome.
fun. Enjoy your food.
This is actually how a lot of
What a
people learn
kid, bro.
English. Also,
That's
like
so
watching streamers and stuff.
Why is Tom back? Maybe his food wasn't ready. Welcome back.
Ice cold killer now.
Hello.
Please wait.
Okay, I wait. Oh, not hungry?
No, angry. No.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Let's kill. Let's play. Welcome back.
Oh, hello.
Hello. He came back, and I had no idea if he wanted to play more or what, but for the next 20 minutes, we were just walking around, killing bots, and occasionally being walked over by the one human on the other team. Oh, that was the real guy. It had to have been. Hey, man, how long you play this game for? How long? How many hours do you have in this game? How many hours? Wait. I'll translate. Wait. Combien de horas has tu dans ce jeu?
There's just like someone getting
When
fucking
looking
shot
on
in the
Reddit, I saw
background.
that, like Empire's mod, the community sometimes comes together to organize a game where they all log on at the same time and experience the game exactly how it used to be. I missed out on their most recent one by just a few days, but hopefully someone from the community sees this and
How
organizes
are
another
you?
one so some of you can experience what the game is really like. I've played Hell Let Loose and Enlisted before, but even with bots, this game made me shit myself differently. Thanks for the carry, Tom. Legend. Hey, Tom.
Didn't look like it was
I have to leave. Okay.
actually being
Thank
written.
you for helping. Thank you. Okay. Okay. I didn't get a goodbye, but I think he understands. Oh, the other guy said okay. All right. He said okay.
Okay.
How the f am I being shot at? Hey,
You say
know
goodbye to
what?
someone and they
Take
say
some
okay.
alive.
Each one Z1 is abandoned?
Back in 2017, like millions of other degenerates, I spent almost every waking day playing a Battle Royale game with more bugs than players. Unbelievable, dude! This is H1Z1. Over a period of about 3 years, I racked up about 2,000 hours. But before I really got to throw away my life, the
Could be the
entire game
devs
died
too.
at the hands
Never
of
mind, I don't know.
Daybreak Games. In the past, I've covered Just Survive, but today I want to focus on the Battle Royale game King of the Kill. Apart from it being
I
botted
kind
for
of
the
like this
last few
game for a
months,
bit. I
some
played it like
reason,
twice.
The player count is usually around 20 or 30, with 5 players in an average solos lobby. H1Z1 definitely used
Played a lot
to
of
be
other
a great
similar
game,
games,
but
though.
today, despite the developers trying to revert the features, it's unrecognizable.
PUBG just fucking.
I swear I'm good at this game.
Completely fucking destroyed this game. I don't know if people remember, but when this was first coming out, this was like a huge deal with microtransactions and stuff because you could like buy airdrops.
Doggo is cool. The original H1Z1
became this
files from
whole
early 2017
issue in
are
like
slowly being
2012
reverse
or some
engineered
shit.
alongside a H1Z1 server from the same time, making that exact game version playable. I won't go into details just yet, but this has taken months, thousands of hours, and barely anyone has played it ever before. But thanks to the legend Doggo is cool, I'll be able to play it today after I check out what H1Z1 is like now. Ah, hello my friend. That was a very good fight.
Hello. GG.
Hello. GG.
Fucking Undertale music is like
Perfect. Yeah, you too, man.
exploitive
You're pretty good.
to emotions, I swear to God.
No. You're better than me.
No, I'm a loser. You are
Oh, yes. No. Cut it out, buddy. Sorry. Sorry. Did he tell me to shut the f up? Hey, Mario. Oh, it's Mario. What's up, man? I'm sorry I killed you. I'm sorry. Hey, listen, man. Come on. Accept my apology. Hello. Mario.
I can't help but like feel something every time I hear some song from that game.
I'm such a dickhead.
I think Toby lets everyone just use it in any YouTube video too, right?
Out of 4 games, I somehow won 2 of
music
them.
to use for your videos.
Every player I met was an older player and probably played back in pre-season 3 when the game was in its golden ages. After a lot of issues and troubleshooting over Discord, I finally got the original version of H1Z1 working. This is the exact build that H1Z1 used to run on back in the good days. And obviously, there are
I think that's why you hear it so often on YouTube. But it's like really such effective music.
And I think we had like the
it's like a different emotion for each
Node.js
song
or
almost.
something, but this is it. I'm assuming the recoil works as well.
There's so many covers too. There's endless covers of
that is
Undertale music. Any genre you want.
That is
kind of cover.
exactly. Yeah, this is third person right now, but you can't actually see the character. It's invisible. Aha! No way.
I don't know, man. Something about driving vehicles in these huge open world sandbox games always does it for me.
Now we have some different commands to try. Okay, well this might not have been the best idea. Holy shit. Okay, wait, maybe I need to turn that. Maybe that's what's lagging the server. That loot respawns every 2 seconds. Yeah, maybe that wasn't the greatest idea. Now there's loot literally everywhere. 600 ping. Okay. And before anyone asks, this is not playable to everyone. But the guy reverse engineering H1Z1 is still going strong and might one day release this stuff to the public. If you want to support him on his journey, and please do, cool. I've left his donate a coffee link below so you can give him some extra motivation. And if you're impatient like me, H1EMU is already available to the public for everyone who owned Just Survive back when it was still a thing. And that's also linked below. I miss it.
What changes what I like? Just go back to one of the old seasons and then move from there. They tried fixing the AR spamming, it didn't work. Just admit your issue and go back. They tried to add a new weapon, the Hellfire, it didn't work. Go back. They tried making the bullet drop or the travel time better, I guess. I don't know. It didn't work. Go back.
Yeah, well, I did not realize that game just like died.
This
is kind of
Worlds
goes.
Online, a virtual world founded in 1994.
We're all familiar with this
year
one,
before
aren't
the
we?
release of Active Worlds. Worlds Online is
Worlds.
the true pioneer of 3D virtual worlds, but nowadays the
here? A cry of freedom.
After I played War of Rights recently,
He just-
I got a recommendation.
I think it's supposed to say "It'll cry of freedom," not. It's like the first
After I
card
played
he used.
War of Rights recently, I got a recommendation.
Ever saw
to
that?
try
Look at Vinny's
Battle Cry
Worlds
of Freedom.
videos.
This is
he's
a
got a good
Civil
video about
War
it.
game released in 2022 with an average player count of around 10.
Sicko
I didn't have high
Worlds.
hopes, and as I expected, all the servers were empty, bar one, a Chinese server.
Where are you from? America?
Yeah. Just kill
That was
me.
a good one.
Hello?
Are we friendly? You're on my
I didn't
team.
even know this game existed.
Oh.
This way. Come here.
Hello.
F.
Oh.
Stairs is very safe.
Okay. Cool.
Very safe, you know.
I didn't really expect.
Gotta
to
be
able
something
to
kind of
communicate
funny
with anyone,
about
but I thought it was my best option. I had no idea what
Civil
was going
War
on or how
game
to know
just
who's
being
a teammate
completely
or not,
played
but
by
thankfully
Chinese
someone online was willing to
players
help.
online.
Where are you from?
China.
Oh, nice. I'm from Great Britain. You know?
Where are you from? America or UK?
No. UK.
UK. Okay.
Does not look good.
Yeah.
The fuck is that field supposed to be?
My English is not good.
How do you know
English is very
Do you
good.
learn it?
Yes, learn in the school. I looking the Premier League, you know, the football.
Oh, Premier League. Yeah. Who do you like?
Manchester United.
Oh, okay. I have to go. For a while, this guy and his friend took me around the map.
I guess a
teaching me
few,
the
but
game and showing me
we didn't really
places.
make them.
Turns out this guy actually knew a bit of English.
Like all the
Probably more
games
than me, to
about
be honest, and wanted
Chinese
to show
stores
me
for
the
like
game. Is this
Japanese
somebody?
games.
North. Yes. This is anime.
I guess there's some Western
Yeah,
dev
kill.
stuff like
Go.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Great
gone.
Empire and stuff.
I don't want to shit.
It's not really
Good shit.
Yep.
Chinese
See
though,
that?
but
Nice.
Be careful. They cover.
Coming. Hey, where are you?
yeah, dude, the U.S. Civil War.
Hey, how long do you play this game?
There's periods in my life where I thought it was interesting.
100 hours.
Oh,
It
wow.
is
That's a long
not
time.
fun to
There's a
learn
guy
about.
here.
There's a couple
Oh.
parts, but
Oh.
god damn. It's like such a fucking shitty war.
Oh, that's a teammate.
Be careful.
Holy
The
So much
enemy
human
is
misery.
everywhere.
Yeah, they are, bro. Hide.
I'm dead. Now I'm live.
You're alive. Yeah, you are
I think it's
alive.
just 'cause
I
it's
figured out
free,
pretty
too.
quickly that this game
It looks
is
like kinda
more
like
of
it
a
could be
roleplay
played
game
mobile,
than
so.
any sweaty FPS game. Or at least this server was, because eventually we stopped fighting altogether and teleported to a tavern where we tried forming a band. Through the teleporter?
F.
Okay,
Yes.
nice. What is this?
The music. Yes, music.
Like,
I
what
was just
Civil War
dying
game
up
is
there.
the biggest Civil
And now
War
we're
game,
just-
you think?
Playing tunes. This is beautiful. Okay, we're a little offbeat, boys.
War
Very
of
nice song.
Rights. Fuck is that? Is
Yeah, very nice.
that another one that's like this kind
There's
of?
no war. Only the music.
This is f***ing amazing. Oh, look at this.
This is
Wow.
sick.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
They don't make bangers like this anymore.
Dude, I do love this
Instead,
shit
we
in
get
games.
Ice Spice and Will Smith's son.
What you got against Ice Spice, man?
It is
Will
what it
Smith's
is.
son. I haven't seen that guy in like 3 years.
We had our ups and downs, and it definitely took me a while to learn who's on the team and who isn't. But by the end, it was getting late in Beijing, where these guys were from, around 11 PM, and they needed to log off.
In the China time, it's 11 p.m. It's
okay.
night, you know.
Yeah.
Sleep time.
You have to go? Okay. That's cool, man.
Chinese 不客气.
11 p.m.?
Yes, you're welcome.
Fucking
Oh,
pussy.
God. Can you say again?
不客气.
I guess that's fine, I guess.
不客气.
不客气.
不客气. Oh, shit. Guy. He's right there. Got him.
Nice shot.
Thank you.
And
What
you
a
have
loser.
to WeChat or QQ. Yes, it's Chinese Twitter. You can
Oh.
see that.
No, I don't
QQ
have.
is the Chinese Twitter. Yes.
Oh, QQ. Yeah, I know QQ. I don't have QQ though. I can add you on Steam.
Yes, I have Steam.
Your name, FaZe Rops. CS:GO player.
Yes, Rob.
Rops.
Yes, CS players. I look CS.
Yeah,
Yes,
you like
FaZe Clan,
FaZe?
you know? Yes, I like CS.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
FaZe
What the
Clan.
fuck?
Yeah, me also. I also like FaZe.
I am Cine champion.
Yeah, did you
FaZe
see?
Clan. Yeah, I see.
FaZe?
Yes, face up. Yes, face up.
This is his own game.
FaZe up, man. FaZe up.
What the
Yes.
fuck?
Good night, man. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye-bye.
This was probably one of my favorite moments so far playing video games. And I'm gonna make sure this legend sees this video now that I have him added on Steam. And hopefully they keep that game alive so I can come back one day. Got taught how to play it by a Chinese fella called FaZe Rops. 10 out of 10. Who's a teammate and who isn't? Team kill. Sorry. I team kill.
This map is so dumb.
Yeah. T said S or what? It's sorry. It's fine.
Okay. I'll say sorry in chat. Is this a teammate?
No.
Okay.
Yes,
I killed him.
Killed him.
Is this teammate?
No. Enemy.
Okay.
But don't shoot him.
But friendly. Okay.
Yes, friendly.
Oh, hello.
I think this is just what people do in this game, man.
Hello. 你好.
Very nice. 你好.
Yeah, it seems a little intimidating.
World War
Because
II
if you're
Online
making a video.
is a free FPS game released originally in 2001. It has a pretty controversial
2001?
past, to say the least, and still today you can tell this game has barely changed.
Never heard
I
of
knew
this.
this was going to be impossible alone because almost everyone who plays this game is a long-term veteran, so I decided to get some help.
Oh, about time.
Oh, that's one of those.
Hello?
About bloody time.
I invited everyone in my Discord to come play the game with me so that we could try figure it out together, and it ended up being such a disaster that it was
that
actually
sound in the
fun.
video?
Let's try figure it out.
Time. Oh, about time.
Hello?
About bloody time.
I invited everyone in my Discord.
Sometimes
to come
people's
play the game
microphone
with
sounds
so that
make
we
me
could
feel like
try figure
there's
it
like a
out
fucking
together,
earthquake
and it
happening
ended up
outside.
being such a disaster that it was actually fun. I started off on the English team, where I was basically on the same side as all the veterans against my community, which is where I got my only kills of the entire day. Come on. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come on.
Any of you guys play this?
Is he dead? Is he dead?
Oh, that's awful.
Surely he's dead.
I mean, I never heard of
you
this.
wanted to, huh? You wanted to? No problem. Let me tell you all about it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, they're all throwing nades at me. I ain't doing shit to my beast of a car. Okay, alright, come on, man. Come on, there's no need for this shit. Yeah! Aha! Oh, how the f did I just miss? How the f did I just miss? I'm not even trolling. He's 100% dead when he repeaks. I hit him! Okay, one more time. 100% dead when he repeaks. Here he comes.
He's like a blur. Kind of reminds me of Battlefield 1942, but even like crappier, yeah.
After that, I joined the English team where we got ourselves repeatedly spawn camped by 3 tanks for the best part of an hour and a half.
Oh, guys,
wait for me, wait for me.
Guys.
Oh,
guys.
what?
Yeah.
Why is everybody going through the entrance to the right? There's like an entrance to the left too.
Yeah, that's true. Eventually, we figured that going out the one side of our spawn without a tank watching it was probably a better idea. But once we pushed up far enough, that didn't matter anyway. I don't think I've had a single kill.
No.
I got one.
Neither did I.
I got one, but to be fair, he wasn't looking at me.
So we got like 3 combined.
Half of the classes are low behind the level.
Most of our members were either stuck in the respawning screen, stuck in a car, or couldn't even get onto the game. But turns out getting your ass beat together is better than doing it alone.
Like, you have 5 forward gears,
Oh my god.
5 reverse gears.
Hold on. Hold on. Oh wait, no, I'm dead. But after 2 hours of pure pain,
No, it
most of
sounds
us
like all
agreed that the
kids.
game just wasn't for us. Halfway through,
Well,
one of
without
us
probably a
found
lot of people
monument
with
in
like
the game
very
dedicated to
limited
2
funds
players,
for gaming and
Carrot
shit
and
too.
Burbank, who we assumed were past World
You
War
never
II
know.
online players that likely passed away. For me, the tight community that this game still has is the most wholesome part, because the game itself and the tens of DLCs as well as the premium monthly subscription caused me a lot of pain. 50 deaths, 2 kills, pure pain. Alright, anyways, thank you for everyone who came
Weird.
out, boys. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I won't say it's good footage, but we'll take it. I'm never touching that game again.
Also, have you noticed that there's aircraft? I reckon you can be in the RAF or
yeah, you
and actually
can
fly the plane. Have you tried that yet?
Hold on, I'll do that. Hold on. I'm gonna leave and come back. Yeah. Alright, let me figure out how to take off, and I'll be there.
Oh my god. We'll give you 20 minutes then.
Black Wake
is
pirate
a
game?
naval FPS game I got recommended to me by you guys through Twitter DMs.
Kind
just
of
like
remember
almost
this?
all the other games in this video. I didn't really know what to expect, so I logged on to the one server with 8 whole players and tried to look helpful. Why am I the last one alive? F my life. Any tips, fellas? Oh.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember a Kraken video, yeah. Or even like a critical video, maybe? I don't know.
Despite the reasonably rough start, I slowly got the hang of the cannon shit while also listening to whatever our captain was saying.
One more bar shot. Load one more bar shot, please, for the love of God.
What's a bar shot? It sounded pretty serious.
Yeah, a lot of people, everyone
really
played this.
understand
I think I
it
even
out, so
may have played it at one point.
I just kept on doing my thing. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Oh.
There was another one that was really similar to this, too.
I'm very sorry about that, Punani. There were a few people in my lobby with hundreds of hours and hundreds of levels, and in the last map, I was on the other team, facing all of them. Okay, this doesn't look fair. Oh, never mind. Okay, now it's fair. Okay, yeah, now it's fair. Are you new?
Yep.
Okay, me too.
What was that?
I hit that?
That's what I remember. Vinny played it with critical, I
managed to
guess.
get too many kills, and at one point I misclicked on a teammate, which gifted me -1 kills, and he also wasn't very happy with me. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there's a few games that came out that were kind of like this.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
None of them
I came
managed to
close
stick
so
it.
many times, but throughout the rest of the match, my kills didn't move from -1 until the very end. Come up here, face me one-on-one.
That is such a fucking lie. I'm not.
This really isn't looking too pretty. Surely 2 assists counts for at least 1 kill. There's like London versus he just f***ed him. Come on, brother. Come on. Friendly.
It looks so much older than it is, doesn't it? This looks like a game from like 2009.
Here we go. And I get Punani too. That couldn't feel any better. 0 kills, baby. Look at that. KD of 1.125. Not sure how that works.
Oh,
This
we're in
last
fucking
map was capture the
480p.
flag, so
The
the enemy
fuck, dude?
team was trying to push up far enough
kidding
to
me?
capture our flag. But Azura and Galaxy 1 carried us hard to a win. This is the flank of my life. Oh my god, he's never going to see this coming. He's so confused. He is so confused. And 3, 2, 1. Drop. That was so nearly a insane shot.
I don't know why YouTube had us
It
in
was a 4v7 by the
tiny
end,
ass
but considering the
SO.
levels, I reckon that's pretty even. Black Wake is what I'd expect from an alpha version of Sea of Thieves. With people, like most games, it is great, and maybe even slightly toxic. I'm sorry for killing you. I get Punani. Thank you to everyone who came out and played World War II Online with me, and if you want to be in a future video,
Yeah, it's
we're
a cool
gonna be
idea.
playing Islands of 9 very soon, so
Oh, dude, Islands of 9. I remember when that just came out. It's funny. There gotta be so many ditched little battle royale games and shit. Yeah, let's check out another one.
The internet is filled with millions of tiny communities scattered across the entire world, most of which you'll probably never encounter.
Loose Wire is a idiot. He doesn't break the rules, but he's dumb.
Today, I want to
Okay.
explore 6 dead games with smaller communities
Yeah, I would
that
expect
have
a lot of
either slowly
racism.
died off or barely ever got going.
Urban Terror. What the fuck is this?
Urban Terror is one of the most iconic FPS games from the early 2000s, and was a childhood favorite to many, including a lot of people who actually suggested this game to me.
I
Nowadays,
never heard
Urban
this.
Terror is much smaller than it ever used to be, and although a lot of the lobbies told me they were full, Most of the games I joined were filled with bots. 17.
It just looks like not Counter-Strike.
Playground. So this map's called G_gravity.
Oh fuck. Mad rolling out.
Oh. Oh.
Right, let's take a minute.
Everyone with a color next to their name.
Since people are probably missing the video because of the fucking ad. Let's take a moment to do something else and then we'll get back to that. How about you guys ever seen this one? Just going through the whole Tim and Eric library.
This is what I do, I sit on you, sit on you, sit on you. This is what I do, I sit on you, right on your lap. This is what I do, I sit on you, sit on you, sit on you. This is what I do, I sit on you, right on your head. This is what I do, this is what I do, this is what I do, sit on you. This is what I do, sit on you, sit, 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 sit on you, sit, sit, sit on you, sit, sit, sit on you, sit, sit, sit on you. This is what I do.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
Sit on you, sit on you. This is what I do, I sit on you.
Oh, you don't like that song? How about
Name is real, everyone else is a bot. The first game, I was doing okay, then realized only 4 of us actually
and
had
back
a
to our
good
feature
connection,
presentation.
and I actually had the least kills out of all the humans in the lobby. But I was slowly getting to grips with the game, and since I'm the world's best Nova 1 in CSGO, a lot of the
I'm so surprised by how many games from the aughts that I've never heard of before.
The second server I joined was called sexyurban.net. The map was UT_Arabian District, and it said there were 11 out of 64 people online. Here we go. Okay, this is actually a full lobby of people. I see why people play this. This shit is like satisfying as The bots in this game definitely aren't great, but almost all of the players here were regulars, or at least knew what they were doing, and in the next map I'd start to see people jumping around, gliding and shitting on me, like Foon had never left. What? Oh my god!
The fuck was that? Guys, what MIDI is this?
Did I just see Foon? Alright, I think Alf is like the Foon of Urban Terror. It was here that I began to learn a bit about Urban Terror and its movement. UT obviously has the basic walk and run features of any FPS, but with the sprint button, you can do things.
Some other player that
this.
beat the shit out of them, I guess.
It's a given that Urban Terror obviously
That's
has
insane.
the basic walk and run features of any FPS, but eventually I discovered that it actually has a separate sprint button. I spent an hour or so watching tutorials on jumping while also trying to complete some of the jump maps that fill the Urban Terror server list. Welcome to Boob Jumps. How the f do you make that jump? Ah, a little wall jump. Now my turn.
Dude, I wish I could go back in time and
I think it's safe to say
give this
I
to like
struggled a little bit,
13-year-old
but
Jeff.
eventually I began to actually get the hang of it. Obviously, performing this stuff in an actual game is a completely different story, and it's definitely harder than it looks, and sometimes not actually that effective.
Big time 1.6 vibes, yeah. Just reminds me of CS 1.6 so much. Right?
Holy f. Okay, cut that shit out. That shit is so cool. Oh my god.
You know, it kind of reminds me of like
Jeez.
Scouts
But
and
at least to
Knives
me,
maps
it
and
now made
stuff.
sense how that one fella was just bouncing across my screen and jumping through our entire
Yeah, you can
spawn in
definitely see how
seconds.
Titanfall would
All
have.
over YouTube, you can find the craziest movement montages on Urban Terror from years and years ago. And even the competitive scene for UT is still alive, with pickup games being hosted pretty much every single day on a website that I'll link below. I personally never played Urban Terror when it was in its golden days, but a lot of the people that did either long moved on or are waiting for Urban Terror 5. The version I played today was 4.3.4, and version 5 is still in heavy development, with the latest update on their YouTube being over 2 years ago, and the community don't seem to think it'll be coming anytime soon. But that aside, there were a lot of quality Urban Terror maps that I didn't get to play, so I'll leave a link to a pretty iconic UT video from 2010 that showcases a lot of the older maps, as well as some of the craziest jumps that I probably couldn't do myself. The NPCs could do with a little bit of work. Hey! He's just killed me.
Oh, dude, I love Tribe
is a
Descent.
first-person shooter released in 2012 as a free-to-play game by Hi-Res Studios. After hours of getting the game to work, largely because I'm just pretty slow, I managed to get the community servers working, which was where the only game was
The
actually
Undertale's
taking place.
fuck in this video.
Alright, finally. This has taken hours to get to this point. Before I realized that I needed mods to join the server, there were about 10 people online, but by the time I had everything figured out, there were only 4 people in the server. Pretty much straight away after I chose my random loadout, our flag was stolen by Marky Boy. It took me a while to get used to the movement.
Yeah, the
which
first
is
computer
one of
I
the
bought
biggest
after I
parts
got out of
any
college
Tribe
and started like
For a while,
actually
it
gaming
seemed
again.
every
This is one of the
time I
games
chased
that I was
someone,
playing a
they'd
lot.
get away pretty quickly.
A little bit.
Whenever I was running, they'd catch up within seconds. And that's because everyone was sliding using the spacebar, which I had no idea existed until about 7 minutes in, when I finally read the tooltip on the right side of my screen.
Yeah, Tribes 3 looks really fun. Did play it actually. I put a video up. If you want to check it out, I have a VOD from it on the YouTube channel. Played it for an hour or two.
I see how.
Yeah, I
you
thought it was really
kill
good.
people
I'm looking
in
forward
this
to
game.
it.
I get it, I can't do it. Pretty much everyone in this lobby had their turn at killing me, and after a grand total of 1 kills, the first game came to a close. After this, I obviously re-queued in the same lobby, but for some reason, everyone else
It felt
had
really
left
good.
the lobby and went
Hope
to
it,
a different server.
gets enough people.
To start, it was ManBear67 and I versus Sieg Maru, but as the game went on, more and more people
It's funny if you went to Tribes 3 page during Next Fest and Zaytande or Tayzande was
and all gotten kills, I was still stuck on 1.
advertising the
Playing
game.
against a bunch of people who have actually played this game before, and probably for a while, is torture. But in the third game, something changed. Trying to get some sympathy in the chat real quick. Maybe a little compliment or something.
He moves away from the mic.
Man, bear gonna make me tear up a little bit. Thanks, man. That is
Even this
the
still
most
looks pretty
wholesome thing
good.
I've ever heard. Clearly, Manbear's words did something to me because I went from playing like Ornapixel to Prime Manbear 67, and for a large part of the third game, I had the most kills on the entire server. Oh, he said great shot. 10 kills? Look, I'm pulling my weight in a lobby with people who probably play this game a decent amount. I ended game 3 with about 3 Manbear compliments, 10 kills, and we won the game. There's a lot to tribes that I literally couldn't go into today because I'd be here all day. Like the copy game that tried recreating tribes and then went tits up, or the reasons why Hi-Rez have f***ed over the game and its community so hard for no reason at all. And of course, all the iconic tribes videos across the years, like this one. This video is of Space Jam 3, and is probably one of the most iconic Tribes Ascend matches.
I guess it makes sense that he likes it because he liked TF2 a lot too, right? He like stream a lot of TF2. There's that one TF2 video of Tay just like fucking blowing out his fucking desk chair. He farts like so loud, it's really fucking crazy. You guys ever seen that?
This was a competitive tribes match between two teams. A group of players from Reddit, who were considered the hand-picked group with practice, fought against a random group of 4chaners, one with 300 ping, and somehow lost. Over 10 years
If you're not
later,
hitting all
in
the buttons, then what are you
2024,
doing?
Another Tribes game called Tribes 3 Rivals is set to release, and a lot of the Tribes fans are very excited for that. I'll leave a link to the Tribes Discord below.
We
as
are here
well as the Reddit
live
tutorial
playing
that
Team
helped me
Fortress
actually
2.
getting the game working, in case you want to try it out for yourself. Now they've got our flag, and the guy with their flag is chasing their flag with our flag. How low is he? I could have genuinely tickled the hair on his big toe, and he would have died.
Yeah?
He died from full damage.
Sanzo? YouTube is really just like being a piece of shit lately. I swear to God, I can't click on anything on some of these browsers. Makes me feel like I'm in like 2002.
I'm gonna fart. Don't tell anybody. Oh God, that's terrible. I hope the microphone didn't pick that up. I'm gonna fart. Don't tell anybody. Oh God, that's terrible. I hope the microphone didn't. Oh God. Oh. 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 Oh God, that's. Oh. Oh.
It's like a motorcycle driving by outside.
Oh God, that's terrible. I hope the microphone didn't pick that up.
You could hear the leather rippling. Material of the chair being pulverized.
War games are everywhere, and a certain company called M2H have developed 3 of them. All 3 look very similar and might actually
No, the
just
ad
be
blocker
reskins,
shit is
but
ridiculous.
Isonzo is the most expensive and also the best looking one. The battles inside Isonzo are set in the mountains of northern Italy, and each one is made up
This
of
looks
about
pretty
250
damn new.
people. Ah, up there. There we go.
Yeah, where it's like
That's
microphone
200
fucking
bots and
explodes.
around 50 humans. I loaded into my first game on the map of Sabotino alongside 40 other fellas. A couple months ago this lobby would have been empty, but recently Isonzo went free for about 3 days, followed by a 65% sale, so the player count spiked around 3 weeks ago and has slowly been falling the past few days. Apart from a few people, 90% of us were new to the game, and after dying to an airstrike, I left to join a different server, now on a map called Piave. I think my best shout is to get a couple long ranges. Yeah, like what this guy's thinking. Right up there. There we go, I see him. Hey, why are you killing me? Chill. Oh, that's why. On my team was Tomatopod, Seblaz, and Cybersex. Oh, he's back. Cybersex. I definitely felt more comfortable here, and actually did okay, even if we did eventually lose the game. Wait, from right there?
Yeah, as they were just saying, you fucking... That was like a huge loop.
We just got shit on. How did I do? 37 kills, 24 deaths. After that, I just went around the different maps trying to speak to somebody, but nobody ever replied. And about an hour later, the game was starting to die off for the night.
It's so bright.
Off.
Colors are very vivid.
Oh my god. Okay, yep, that'll do. Asonzo is definitely a great game, and although the AI isn't the best, a couple of the reviews, like this one, actually praise the bots, because it lets anyone have a go at getting kills, and doesn't turn the game into another sweatfest. But above anything in Asonzo, my favorite part is the maps, and nothing else in the whole game or any other war game really comes close.
I mean, fucking Italian Swiss mountains are pretty damn gorgeous.
This is
dude.
Pirates, Vikings, and Knights 2. The game is over 13 years old
God,
with
this
a very
game.
small community, and when I logged on to what I thought was a lobby of 8 people, there was no one else.
Does anyone remember? Was it the video for this? Oh no, it was another game. It used to be in the autoplay. Ninjas vs. Pirates. Trailer. Can I still find it? Yes. This is a classic, guys.
Fight as a ninja or pirate to gain the dominance over the island. Destroy the foe's main building with your special abilities. Distance fight.
Distance fight.
Poison. Parley.
Parley.
Shuriken.
Shuriken.
Bombs.
It used to be in the Vine Sauce autoplay. Used to fucking love that video. Just reminds me of all these games.
It said there were 7 people in the lobby, but it's only me. I then joined the other server, which said it also had 8 people, and there ended up being 1 other guy. Me and this because_I fella just 1v1 for a good 20 minutes, and I'm guessing he was also new, because more often than not, I somehow won.
It like looks like it too.
Come on.
Olé.
Let me go heal up real quick.
Was it Deadly Warrior?
There we go, a little power up.
The fuck was that other game? I used to play the shit out of it.
Good at this game. Around the map, you can find turkeys that'll heal you and chest plates that'll regenerate your armor, and obviously your chests. That's for other people to steal.
Is it just Chivalry Deadliest Warrior? I played that one so much.
Chest stealing, but when another guy joined our lobby, he obviously did, because he started stealing both our chests while we were pretty clueless just fighting each other in the middle.
I got like really addicted to that game.
That was a very fair fight. Eventually, enough people joined for me to have a teammate.
Loved Chivalry though. That was a really fun game.
Basically everyone in the lobby.
First YouTube video I ever posted was a Chivalry
I then rejoined a different server afterwards, which had a few more players and a couple players with over 1,000 hours on the game.
It's one of the first things I ever streamed too. Didn't even have a microphone.
How have I not?
I played Chivalry 2 on stream in like 2013.
Hey, hey.
What the fuck?
The fuck was that? Oh. Oh, they're waiting for me. That's cute. I was very surprised how little people.
Yeah, what was the other one?
Especially considering how many people dedicated so many
Still haven't played
years of their
Chivalry 2.
life and hours of their day to it. And even now, some still come back every so often to play it.
Just never
it's
felt
one of the best Half-Life 2 mods in existence, and the
possessed
combat
to play
mechanics
it.
are by far the biggest part in that. It's definitely a shame this game doesn't even have.
I really liked
the players
Mordo.
it deserves
You put a lot of time
but
into
it's had a
Mordo.
pretty long lifespan of over 13 years, which is a lot longer than average.
Hello, turret.
Easy Red 2 was released in 2020 with the goal of being one of those hyper-realistic war sims, but without the graphics. And for a lot of games like the Darkest Hour mod and Project Reality, that's worked pretty well, but Easy Red 2 is a little different. Jesus, there's only one server with 6 players. Jesus fucking Christ! After joining the biggest server with a total of 6 players, I spawned in the desert alongside a lot of AI that wouldn't exactly win an award.
Yeah, I gotta try it one of these days.
Here we go.
Play it,
Here
but
we go.
it's just, you know, there's just so many games
buddy.
now.
Alright,
It
who's
used to be
doing
like I'd get home from work and play Chivalry for like a couple hours, and that was like my
Oh
night,
my.
you know?
The other people
like
in chat were guessing
few
each other's
months of
hours,
my
and they were
life.
saying numbers well into the triple digits, which
Now
proves
I'm
this
just like
game
so
definitely has
spoiled,
an
and
audience.
I just play Zomboid over and over.
Ah, they get up. That's unfortunate. Keep shooting, boys. I feel like Ryan Destroy You is pretty good at this game. Oh, there's someone in my tank. And if you ignore the
funny.
bots and focus on the gunplay and the
Giving up!
earthquake levels of
Shoot 'em!
shake, the game's actually pretty immersive, but it does have a couple issues. Getting flipped in your car and being under the map is one thing, but on the second location, half the fucking village was floating in midair. Is that a hole in the road?
The Undertale takes me out a little
It's
bit sometimes.
transparent road. Why are half the houses just floating? Halfway through the second match, a guy named Ashuri joined as well, which made it him and I versus 2 other fellas.
And maybe one
Oh,
like
is the only other guy in the
heart-tugging
game?
Undertale song per video.
Sorry. We did have a few problems, like the team kill incident, but I thought we did decent, and after about 30 minutes we won the game. Here we f***ing go. What do I do? There we go.
Music to crash your plane to.
I just got about 4 kills. Holy shit.
It was
Tell you
so
what, the game
fucked
might
up.
be pretty OP, but the trees are incredible. Pretty much straight away after that, I Alt F4'd, and I honestly don't think I'd play this game again. But when you look at all the other realistic war sims, it's a baby in comparison, and I think it could be an incredible game in a few years to come.
True, what is war but Undertale, really? I love this song. That's one of my favorite fucking Undertale songs.
Would you like to hear my new song? I think you should.
I'm not a huge Undertale
Exchanging fire.
fan. I like it just fine, but the music I fucking love. I do love the music.
Their desire. Welcome to DH. Seatbelts not provided, but required.
The Darkest Hour launched as a mod for Red Orchestra 1 in 2009 and has been in development since roughly 2007. Over the past couple months, I've had a lot of requests for me to give this game a go, especially because of its smaller community. I got on the game pretty late at night, but there was still a server with over 30 people online. Oh, there's one lobby. 32. That's actually a lot of people. Hey.
Some Silent Hill.
Obviously, given this game is set in a certain time period, I joined a certain team, and there's a couple things that might be blurred out just to avoid YouTube shitting itself. I started the whole thing off though, stuck in a car, and never really figured out how to
Do they really care? What about like all the
Eventually, game did
Wolfenstein
that
shit?
for me. How the f do I get out of this truck? Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Otherwise, we got a bit of an issue here. Come on, someone. I then spawned somewhere else, which was when I finally got stuck in an actual fight.
I guess that makes sense.
I think I've just killed one. Oh, I can enter.
Damn.
Good thing I got out of that shit.
It looks like he has giant shoes on right now in his character. The bar is going up like that.
Yep, we're both dying. We're both dying.
Nope,
No, apart from when my team fell back or I died, I didn't really move much. And after a couple kills, I switched teams and found a spot in the forest at the bottom of a little ditch. It was in this little ditch
Dave
that
the
I managed
wave.
to get about 50% of my kills. Come on, peek that. There we go. Thank you. I gotta be careful. There's one. He's dead. He's dead. He's gonna go right there. Dead. He's crossing. Dead. Oh, he thinks he can cross the road. Okay. Out of all the milsims I've played though, over the past couple months, this one is probably up there with the best. And as a bonus, I actually got to speak to the developer.
Beta
After I
enjoyer,
messaged
get the
with a
fuck
couple
out of
guys in my
here.
Discord about the game, one of the developers of the mod, Wolfkraut, hit me up and told me a bunch of shit about the game. Their aim with the Darkest Hour mod was to essentially make a combination of Red Orchestra, Project Reality, and Squad. But some of the Red Orchestra features limit them in what they can do. He also told me about one of the older community members by the name of Rafterman or Revenant.
Loose Wire is a idiot. He doesn't break the rules, but he's dumb.
I spent at least 2 hours last night going down the Rafterman rabbit hole, and I've come to the conclusion this guy is a legend. The most viewed video of him on YouTube
I thought it was something
is
else.
literally him walking up to some random fella and team killing him, only for him to stare at the dead body with zero regrets and walk away unfazed. This guy alone has over 13,000 hours on the mod, and he's definitely not alone. There's a lot of people that show a shit ton of dedication to this mod, and it's definitely deserved. The Darkest Hour is a mod I want to return to in the future to take part in a huge game. Hopefully with some of you, so if you're interested in that, maybe join my Discord and whenever we run an event, you'll definitely be pinged. As always, if there's ever a game or mod you want to see me feature in this series, DM any suggestions.
Yeah, it's a good little series. I like it. Here's a link to his channel if you want to check him out. I'd love to do more stuff like that. There's just like so many of them probably. Like decent little games that like people just have moved on from. There's just always something else to play too, so you know how it goes. Yeah, let's watch something else. Let's watch. I was watching something earlier. Might be kind of interesting. Check it out. How about... the fuck is this video? I'm sorry, hold on, guys. It was about the ring. Ah, there it is. This might be interesting. Like the American version of the ring.
The Ring went through an entirely different process.
It's about how all these movies were like green, these horror movies.
With the rise of digital color grading in the early 2000s,
Green-ass
arguably
movie.
no film genre was more affected than horror.
Fucking
With
love this movie,
capabilities now
though.
at filmmakers' fingertips to reshade an entire picture from the editing room, film after film began to take on a familiar, washed-out blue-green aesthetic. This, of course, moved on, as all film trends do, but while I've seen plenty of people online identifying this digital grading technique as the de facto horror film look of the 2000s, I see one film too often lumped in with the rest. Arguably responsible for creating the look in the first
All
place
green.
is 2002's The Ring, the Gore Verbinski-directed American remake of the 1998 Japanese film Ringu. After the film's sleeper success, the look exploded into the mainstream, digitally mimicked across dozens of Hollywood horror films for years, though never quite.
I remember we went to go see The Ring in theaters, and the part where the horse jumps off the boat.
Process than any of those films.
I just started laughing hysterically for some reason. My friends got mad
Once
at
I
me.
found that out, I couldn't help myself, and this became yet another deep dive, trying to figure out not just how they put the look together back then, but what it would take for me to replicate it. To my surprise, figuring out exactly
I don't remember
how
it
the
looking
ring was
this
shot
green.
proved to be a challenge all on its own. Considering the film's influence, it's remarkably hard to find any information about the production. However, by luck, I caught wind of an old American cinematographer interview about the Ring's production with Bojan Bazelli, the film cinematographer. Unlike other AC articles I've cited in previous videos though, this one was a lot harder to access, as it had been published exclusively in print over 20 years ago, and as far as I could tell, never digitized. I was in a tough spot. Supposedly this article held all the information I needed, but no matter how hard I looked, I couldn't find a scan, a photo,
Really?
or
Is
even a
Seattle? For some
transcription
reason,
of
I
it
thought.
anywhere online.
Yeah, I
So,
thought really
I
like
went back to the
Maine.
source.
I was thinking of Maine when I saw The Ring.
The article
Like
itself, which I've
Nova
scanned and
Scotia.
linked in an album below so you can reference it easier than I could, goes into satisfying detail about all the work that brought the film's look to life. What's astounding as you go
Thank you
through
for
it is
telling me.
just how much effort the filmmakers went through to get as much as possible in camera. For example, rather than green screen city exteriors outside the in-studio apartment set, a 270-degree wraparound illuminated background was created from high-resolution
Like I see something like looks like this though, and I think of The
to
Matrix,
make
right? Like The
radically
Matrix
different versions of the
definitely
haunted tape to make sure that
green.
not only could the actors watch it in its
Everything
entirety
else?
during the scenes themselves, we could actually see it and its contents reflected in their faces.
It all looks like The Matrix,
As
doesn't
you might
it?
expect, all this effort extended to the film's cinematography, where an extraordinary amount of effort was made to create the film's signature, eerie, green-soaked look entirely in camera, using a series of surprisingly simple yet effective tools. Starting from the outside in, the first things the film's cold, soft light went through were a key part of creating the film's unique look in camera: filters. Even in the modern age, where almost all color work beyond lighting comes from post-production color grading, filters haven't gone away by any means. Some form of filtration is used on almost every major film set, from neutral density filters to limit light coming into the camera, to diffusion filters to soften harsh, high-resolution digital sensors. However, prior to the development and adoption of digital color correction, one of the primary ways cinematographers adjusted the look and the colors of a film,
I love this
aside from
B-reel.
post-production color timing, was through the use of color
Some good stuff to
filters.
check out there.
This could be as simple as an orange filter to correct bluish daylight for a tungsten-balanced film stock, or as complex as the rich tapestry of filters Christopher Doyle stacked in front of the lens for Days of Being Wild, each transforming the light that reaches the film stock and baking in these visual choices before it ever hits the editing bay. To a lot of us now, used to the flexibility of RAW and log files in modern cinema cameras, giving up so much control of the image like this can feel limiting. But even into the early days of digital color grading, using filters remained a reliable and often more natural method of crafting a distinct look for a film beyond a heavy-handed digital color wash. To achieve its eerie, muted color palette, The Ring was primarily filmed with two types of filters, usually stacked on top of each other. The first was an 81EF filter, a very mild warming filter that allowed Bazelli to slightly correct the tungsten-balanced film stock for the daylight shooting conditions, while still maintaining a cold color palette in the cloudy exteriors. For some perspective, the 81EF filter is a color temperature correction of a measly 650 Kelvin, only a fraction of the standard 2300 Kelvin adjustment of an 85B filter, which is used to fully correct daylight for tungsten-balanced films. As a side note to avoid the inevitable confusion in the comments,
I wasn't expecting it to be so
American
detail-oriented,
cinematographer
but
article I
it's
used
kind of
as
fascinating.
reference, the 81EF filter is erroneously listed as an 85EF, which, as far as I can tell, does not exist. The only warming filter listed in every source I consulted with an EF suffix appears to be the 81EF that the film was shot on. The second of the two types was actually a pair of green filters, a full-strength version off the shelf from Tiffin, and a half-strength version custom-made for the production by optical engineering house Harrison & Harrison. According to Bazzelli, the full-strength filter, referred to as green 1 on the set, was equal to about plus 14 points of green printer lights in a traditional color timing bay, which measures the exposure of blue, red, and green light on a
How
1
does
to
he
50
use so
scale,
much
each
footage from
point
the movie
equaling
without
roughly
getting claims?
1/12 in f-stop and exposure. The custom filter, on the other hand, referred to as green half, was accordingly only plus 7 points of green. While green 1 was used for most of the film, green half was extensively used for close-ups on the actors. The danger of using too much green on the actors' faces, Bazzelli said, was that if we had to time out the green, we'd be adding magenta, which would adversely affect other parts of the shot. It was a very delicate balance to maintain the right look without going too far. Moving past the filters, Bazzelli primarily
Yeah, it's interesting
shot
to think
using
about,
curved
especially
fast
some of
forward
this stuff
lenses
when
at
it's just
low
a button that
apertures,
people press
usually around
sometimes now.
T2.5, to compensate for the
How
reduction of
much
light from the heavy
foresight
filtration,
had to go
and
into it.
supplemented with high-speed Zeiss superspeed lenses and an ingenue zoom as called for. Bazzelli favored medium-length lenses throughout the production to represent the main character's naturalistic point of view, noting that the 32, 40, and 50mm lenses were common picks.
Yeah, I guess the commentary is what makes it
Between
unique.
the lighting and the filters, the look of the film already leaned cold and softly lit, with a heavy green tinge on top of everything. But to make sure the tones he was going for were accurately captured,
He's a Culkin, right? Which Culkin is this kid? It's not Kieran Culkin, is it? Who was the Culkin?
Tinge on top of everything. But to make sure the tones he was going for were accurately captured, Bazzelli carefully chose his film stock for the production, selecting and exclusively using an aging variant of Kodak EXR 200T, which had been introduced in 1992
Is he already
and would
an
be
adult?
retired
I thought he
only
was
2
young.
years after the release of the film. The T in 200T stands for tungsten, the color temperature the film is balanced to, and in this case, around 3200 Kelvin. While these kinds of films look normal under warm indoor and other artificially lit environments, the blue cast tungsten balanced film takes on in daylight was perfect for the cold tones of the film. Though the first generation of Kodak's Vision series, whose successors would later subsume Kodak's entirety of color movie film offerings, was widely available at the point of filming, Bazzelli preferred the finer-grained EXR film for its creamy tones and ability to hold highlights better than the newer stocks, something that was critical to hold details in the skies in the wide latitude exteriors of the film. The distinctive appeal of the 5293 variant of EXR 200T would continue far after its retirement, with cinematographer Lawrence Sher and colorist Jill Bogdanovich going so far as to work with a veteran Kodak color scientist to recreate the look of the stock for the 2019 Todd Phillips film Joker.
Whoa, that's kind of sick.
Between the cold blue daylight on tungsten film and extensive filtration, Bazzelli
Yeah,
worried
that
the
makes
planned
sense.
pale color palette of grays, blues, and greens could end up compromised. After testing a series of low-contrast stocks, which lent poorly to the extremely soft lighting they intended to use, he returned to his chosen Kodak EXR stock.
I loved all the
instead
analog
using a
stuff in
classic
this
but
movie.
somewhat rarely used development technique to mold it into exactly what he was looking for. During shooting, Bazzelli slightly overexposed the negative, rating it at 160 ASA, about a third of a stop under the 200 ASA box speed. Then, he had the film pull-processed by a whole stop during development, giving him a final image underexposed by 2/3 of a stop, along with a number of other effects. While the much more common technique of push processing overdevelops a negative, increasing its sensitivity and effectively increasing its apparent exposure, contrast, and grain, pull processing by contrast underdevelops with exactly the opposite effects. Bazzelli found that pulling the EXR stock not only lowered its exposure, but it softened the film's tones even more, and critically offered reduced contrast and less saturated colors, which was, to quote Bazzelli, exactly what we wanted. I wasn't able to find any notes from Bazzelli referencing the color timing the film went through, which led me to believe it was probably minimal, the standard contrast adjustments and mild color corrections that any other film of that era would have gone through, as suggested by Bazzelli's concerns when it came to choosing a filter for the film's close-ups. Big color shifts weren't needed at this point anyway, the filters were doing that job for them. Laying it all out like this, it was surprisingly a lot simpler than I expected for a film with this rich of a look. Just filters, development tricks, soft light, and the right choice of film stock. It was easy enough for me to grasp the fundamentals, but putting them into practice to remake the look myself, let alone on a pretty thin budget, was going to be another thing altogether. The first issue I ran into, and the one most likely to stump other people trying to replicate the same process, was getting a hold of a green filter that matches the one in the film.
He's gonna completely redo it.
The American Cinematographer article refers to the filter as primary green, but the first search results for primary green filter only point to the extremely strong type of green filter used to lighten and even out greens in an image when shooting black and white film. Any color images I saw made using one of these filters was so aggressively green that I knew immediately I needed to keep searching. During some of my initial experiments, using a digital camera and lighting gels
acrylic fucking bong
I had a surprising
green.
amount of luck using a simple Roscoe straw gel shot at a cold color temperature, but this was far from the setup described in the article. With a little digging though, I found the likely culprit in a series of green color compensation filters. While these seem to be primarily marketed towards countering overly magenta artificial lighting, it seemed to be by far the closest offering among the very limited collection of plus green filters available, so I set my sights on them for the initial tests.
Whoa.
The only problem was getting a hold of any of these filters, especially from Tiffin as referenced in the article.
Another one I really like that I just thought of that this kind of reminds me of now, and it's kind of meta, is 1 Hour Photo. I think it was like around the same time.
Article would put a major dent in
There's a lot of
anyone's
crazy
pocketbook.
filters
Or still,
too.
the only availability for these traditional glass filters were either in obscenely large and expensive circular filters or 4-inch square filters built almost exclusively for cine matte boxes. There were other cheaper polyester filters, but they had to be special ordered and
insane
could take
movie.
up to a month to get to me. However, before despair could set in,
It's
another
fucked up,
option
but-
presented itself. Back in the day, Kodak sold a veritable library of affordable
It's like a
gelatin
insane look
filters.
to it.
Feeling similar in the hand as a slightly thick lighting gel, these 3x3-inch filters covered the gamut of filtration, built to be easy to slide into filter holders or printing machines, while still being cheap enough to be disposable and easily replaceable once they had taken enough of a beating. Luckily, due to their massive levels of production back in the day, they're available all over eBay for under $10 a piece, low enough for me to be able to buy several for my experiment, and built well enough to deal with the workout I was about to give them.
That's one thing I want to get for my
purchasing a pair of green filters.
DSLRs, a couple different
CC30G filter,
lenses
CC
and
standing
stuff.
for color compensation, 30
That's what I
referring
use
to
for
its
my
color
face cam.
density, and G
The
for green.
lens is
I dug long and hard trying to find something that
scoped
exactly
in,
lined
zoomed
up with
in.
the
I need to
green
find like a more
filter
wide
described in the
lens, I
article.
think.
But
Narrow
the filter
lens.
factor system used to denote the Kodak filter's strength didn't seem to have any easy to discern equivalency with
expensive,
the
though.
color timing printer point system.
Yeah, exactly. I
Despite
thought of
this,
that
a 30
immediately.
density appeared to be one of the standard densities for color correction filters like this,
Just get a
right in the middle
fisheye.
of the range and seemingly one of the most popular, so I took a chance on it. In the worst case scenario, I figured if the negatives came back wrong, I could easily spend another $7 to get something a lot stronger or a lot weaker. To cover my bases though, I also picked up the closest thing I could find to half the strength of the CC30G, a CC20G filter. While I wasn't terribly interested in recreating the green half look described in the article, if the CC30G came back too strong for any reason, it gave me a comfortable backup to lean on. Fortunately, not long after, I also found
That
an
old guy
81
is famous,
EF
too.
in
I
the same
forgot else he
collection
was
of
in.
Kodak gelatin filters, and added that to my cart as well. Without any easily available 3x3-inch holders to mount these filters to my lenses, I turned to a DIY solution. Cutting out sheets of cardboard into 3x3 squares, I measured and cut out circles that could snugly fit around the front element of each one of my lenses. These were not only basically free, it made it easy for me to quickly tape on whatever filters I needed in the field and just slide them
Good
on,
idea.
making lens swapping painless.
Yeah, he was in
With my
Silence of the
filters in
Lambs.
place, the next step was finding the right film stock. Since YouTube doesn't pay me nearly enough to shoot my tests on an actual movie film camera, I opted for using a stills camera instead. Nowadays, motion picture film stocks spooled for stills shooting are easily available online from companies like CineStill. However, the film stock I was looking for was a lot more niche. So I turned to the vast market of independent eBay sellers, bulk loading cans of old film into individual cases
Interesting.
and selling them for a fraction of the price of any CineStill film. This is where my only adjustment to the pipeline came in. While I was able to find someone selling respooled EXR 200T, the nearly 25-year-old film stock was almost certainly expired. While a lot of people enjoy the gamble of shooting expired film, I just couldn't take the chance of color shifts and other issues for such a color-dependent project.
Oh, that is so
Fortunately,
cool.
Kodak Vision 3 stocks, the third generation and newest successor to EXR, were also available online in 200T. While elements of Kodak's film stocks have changed over time, one of the largest has been the increasingly lower contrast of every Vision generation to aid in the digital intermediate color grading. While I knew I was going to be missing out on a few of those specific characteristics Bizzelli noted in the EXR, it was as close as I was going to get without the film stock being expired. The only thing I would need to remember was to add some contrast in post to compensate for the Vision 3's wider
Wait, that was
wattage.
Brian Cox?
However, there's a reason why people aren't buying up these dirt cheap rolls of cinema film in droves, and that's because of a thing called Remjet. Remjet is a black carbon coating on the back of motion picture film stock, protecting it from scratches and static as it moves through the movie camera, as well as preventing halation. During the standard ECN2 development process for movie film stock, the removal of Remjet is a critical step. If it's ignored and developed like traditional stills film, at best it can contaminate the chemistry, and at worst create a buildup of black carbon gunk that can clog developing machines and become a cleanup nightmare. The reason companies like Cinestill are able to comfortably sell and develop their films nearly everywhere, despite being effectively the same Kodak Vision 3 stock, is because during the manufacturing, the step where Remjet is added is skipped. This comes at a cost though. The lack of Remjet coating on Cinestill films makes them susceptible to characteristic halation effects, something I needed to avoid or risk biasing my results, making them unfit for my tests even if they did carry a 200T film. ECN2 development is a sensitive and specialized process, and as a result, there are only a handful of stills labs in the US offering true ECN2 development. However, this is where I got lucky. Rather than having to ship my film across the country, one of these labs happened to be located in Chicago, not terribly far from where I live, which made this step of the process easily accessible to me. Over the course of a couple weeks, I shot 6 rolls of film, covering, like the movie, a mix of urban and forested rural locations, and shooting under heavily overcast skies, rating the 200 speed stock at 160. While renting and adapting a series of Cooke lenses was far outside my budget range, when possible, I shot with contact Zeiss lenses, one of the closest cousins to the Zeiss super speeds that were occasionally used, keeping my aperture low, around f2.8. Aiming to try to match the look of the full-strength Green 1 filter, I shot with a number of filter combinations to see which ended up looking closest to the film once I got them back. Keeping the explicitly noted 81EF filter on the whole time, I combined it first with a standard CC30G filter, then the lighter CC20G, as well as stacking the two on top of each other in case I'd undershot the filter strength. I even took a few shots using that straw filter I'd had so much luck using on my digital camera to see how well it held up on film. As a final touch, when I took my rolls in to be developed, I requested the film be pulled one stop to make sure I hit every step of the process before sitting back and anxiously waiting for the results.
Long pause.
Upon getting the film back, I was surprised to see that rather than the spotless negatives I was used to receiving, nearly all the rolls were streaked with a thin chemical residue across their backs. This resulted in the first test scans from my lab coming back basically unusable, fogged with strangely shaped markings and looking like something had dried on them. While my first assumption was careless development, with a little research, I found this issue was more common than I expected. Let's go back to Remjet for a minute. If you're not purpose-built for movie film development, Remjet is a lot of work to get rid of. Even after a chemical wash to break the Remjet down, rinsing it off with water, and even wiping the film down by hand, the results can still be unpredictable. One online lab offering ECN2 development even explicitly warned of this, saying in bright red lettering that the developed film may show imperfections such as residual Remjet spots, scratches, and/or streaks from drying, which was pretty much exactly what I was dealing with. However, the residue came off easily with a bit of 99% isopropyl alcohol and a microfiber cloth. And judging by the dark color of what I was wiping off, I'm almost certain it was the last bits of Remjet clinging to the film, easily missed by the lab as it only showed itself once I'd held the film up closely to a light. But despite the negative scanning in very well at home after a little elbow grease, there were a few things that I couldn't fix. Aside from a number of small scratches attained from all the handling the film had gone through,
I would
there were marks
imagine that would
wouldn't come
happen.
out, where the Remjet had stuck and scarred the film. Now, I know this isn't going to be the same for everyone across the board. I've seen enough videos out there of people showing off their beautiful, clean, flawless ECN2 negatives to know that there's at least someone out there getting it right. But let's be honest, that's probably not the norm. Even in a cursory search online, I found enough people bemoaning working with the ECN2 process, particularly when it came to the manual Remjet removal, that I know I can't have been the only one struggling with results like these. I'm not saying it's impossible to have it done right or to get consistent results, but I feel like it's only right to lay out clearly what you're getting yourself into if you go that route. But after all this, I'd finally been able to scan in my now clean negatives and see just how successful my experiment had been. As you might expect, following Bazzelli's instructions paid off. The 81EF filter combined with the standard CC30G seemed to make everything look exactly as it should in almost every situation. Despite the heavy filtration, I was impressed by the surprising amount of detail and tonal subtlety they had, as well as how little digital tweaking I had to do to them, contrast aside. On some of the images, a few color temperature adjustments were needed to correct for the scanner's auto colors, but that's about all they took. Comparing my results to a series of screen caps from the Ring, I was astonished at just how close they'd ended up, with minimal effort or editing on the back end. When it came to the other variants, however, the CC20G was too mild on its own, and when it was stacked on top of the CC30G, the effect, while interesting, was far too strong.
Yeah.
The straw filter, on the other hand, was a totally different beast. Despite coming back on the negative with an extremely strong color shift, I found that, similar to my digital tests, if I cranked the color temperature all the way into the blue range and added a bit of magenta, I was able to get a remarkably close look as well, but these images seem to lack the nuanced tones and detail present in the other setup, especially in the highlights, which often just became washed in bright green. Across the board though, the final results of my tests were even better than I expected, but getting to that point came with more than its fair share of headaches. If you're comfortable dealing with all that, or like some are confident ECN2 developers at home already, it'll definitely work. But for everyone else, I've taken what I've learned and come up with some friendlier, but still effective alternatives for anyone who wants to try this look at home. If you're planning on shooting on film, it's going to be pretty straightforward. We're mostly going to follow exactly what I did, with a few small changes to adapt this recipe to other kinds of films. Regardless of anything else, picking up a gelatin CC30G filter or some equivalent is going to be the essential first step. These are easily less than $10 and will work with any of the following combos. If you still want that movie film look without dealing with the hassles of ECN2 development, picking up a tungsten balanced roll of Cinestill film, like their popular Cinestill 800T, will get you 90% of the way there, while allowing you to get your film developed basically anywhere. Developing with the standard C41 process also has the side benefit of being a little more contrasty than ECN2, so you might not even have to do that much tweaking in post. You'll probably also want to pick up the 81EF warming filter, but if you want to save a few bucks and you're doing almost any post-color work on your pictures, you can probably get away without it, so long as you remember to add a little bit of warmth on the back end. If you're willing to deal with even more post-editing or just want to cheap out, shooting simply with a cutout portion of a straw gel in front of the lens does give adequate results and is probably the easiest and most affordable filter to get a hold of. Almost any other color film, both professional and off the shelf, can be used for the same effect with some adjustments. As most color stills films are daylight balanced, be warned you're going to have to add quite a bit of blue back into the image to get you to that color balance of a tungsten film. Fortunately, this isn't too hard. Picking up a medium blue color correction filter like an ADC filter should add just enough blue back in to match a slightly warmed tungsten stock, at the admittedly hefty cost of nearly 2 stops of exposure once the green filter is factored in. On the digital front, things are a little bit different, however. This might be telling on myself a bit since I'm far from the best colorist, but I had a much harder time getting even raw digital photos to get even close to the look of my film photos using the same CC30G and 81EF combination. It always seemed to lean way too blue, which was extremely difficult to correct out while keeping the image looking at least somewhat natural. Your mileage may vary, of course, but I found, like the very first filter tests I was running, using the straw gel on digital almost always looked more natural with far more predictable results. A few tweaks were still required though. I found that shooting at or grading to around 2650 Kelvin and cutting down the saturation helped give me an easier canvas to work with, but it was still very easy to get a surprisingly complete image with minimal grading. This extends to video as well. Even the 8-bit footage coming out of my Sony a7 III came out looking great with only a little bit of contrast and a bit of blue color correction. So if you want to give this look a try, whether on film or digital, on stills or video, it's easily available to you without extensive editing or shelling out hundreds of dollars for big glass filters that I couldn't even find an easy way to rent.
Yeah,
but even if you can do it, the question still remains.
Why?
In this age of digital filmmaking, I think a lot of us have gotten afraid to commit to creative choices while shooting. One of the biggest things I see considered when people are choosing professional and prosumer cinema cameras these days are the exceptionally flat log profiles or even the capacity to shoot raw footage, even when there's no way they're ever going to be able to practically take advantage of
These fucking
either.
Blackmagic cameras are so
Neither of these things
nice.
bad to have by any means. They're great tools to have when shooting video, but when I see people asking if they can get away with blurring in post instead of putting an actual diffusion filter on their lens, despite it almost always looking objectively worse, simply because they want the option to go either way, I feel like we're getting to a problematic level of decision paralysis. It's a common adage that some of the most interesting creative choices come from when you're limited in some way. Committing to an interesting look you might have to work around right from the get-go is a great way to start. And filters,
I have a
especially
Panasonic
color filters, are an
Lumix
excellent tool for that.
G7.
No matter how easy it gets to color grade in post, there's something wholly unique about the look of a film shot from behind filters. Filter colors seem to contaminate every part of the palette, blending colors in organic ways that's hard to fully replicate through grading. It's not the only way to make a film look interesting. I made a whole 20-minute video about how even a single lens can impact the look of a film, but it's an element that I think doesn't get nearly enough attention. It's been over 20 years since The Ring's release, and we've come a long way since then. Digital grading has advanced to staggering levels, and color tools that cinematographers could only dream of before are free with a quick download of DaVinci Resolve. And with all that, it's easier than ever to play it safe. But what the legacy of the film shows is that you don't have to. Sometimes, the only way to do it right is to get it all in camera.
Way more technical than I thought it was going to be. Definitely interesting, cool video. Here's a link to it if you want to check it out. Wasn't sure exactly what it was going to be, but it's still cool. Pretty super chill. All right, let's watch something. Let's watch something a little different. How about? Damn, these guys haven't uploaded anything. Well, we're gonna have to take a break in a minute, anyways. I don't know if I have anything. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna let this ad play. We'll check something else when we get back. Enjoy this video. Joy. Oops, sorry about that.
It's the best of Pusswhip Bangang. There's the Cajun sound of jambalaya. Way down south we get some jambalaya. Jambalaya. Fudge man. Fudge man, fudge man, my fudge man. Fudge man, fudge man, my fudge man. Kiss me once. Kiss me once. Shame on you. Kiss me twice. Let's party. Don't call me uncle. Don't call me uncle, no, don't call me uncle, brother. Don't call me uncle, don't call me uncle. We are in charge of the local shop. We're in charge of the local shop. Yep, top, rip, tip, chop. We're in charge of the local shop. Flippy the Bird. Flippy the bird, Flippy the bird. All the greatest hits on one cassette tape. Buy yours now. Thank you. Thank you.
Jim Booney, this is the CD for you.
I love that album. Probably not gonna check out Sons of the Forest for, I don't know, maybe at some point. It just didn't seem like there was like anything super, super new. The story and stuff, but I'll probably play it again at some point. One of these days. Where is... Let's do one more thing. Then we'll check out a game or something, maybe. I don't know if Dr. Bob has anything good. Too massive. I guess we could just do a little compilation video. Yeah, there's nothing in Dr. Bob's that really stuck out to me.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. You're about to see some of the freakiest videos that are trending right now. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this.
In the latest incident to spark debate and fascination among K-pop fans worldwide, eerie footage from a recent concert by the popular Korean boy band The Boys has been making rounds on social media. The footage features Hyunjae, one of the performers, alone on stage. However, a chilling detail has fans and internet users freaked out.
Could it be someone behind
a
him?
seemingly disembodied hand can be seen resting on Hyunjae's shoulder. This oddity is compounded by the fact that no other members of the band were on stage at the time this footage was captured. The hand doesn't belong to anyone present on the stage, leading to an explosion of theories attempting to explain this eerie occurrence. While some fans are quick to dismiss the strange hand as a technical glitch or a camera trick, others have ventured into the realm of the supernatural, suggesting a possible ghostly presence. This incident, though spine-chilling, has yet to be explained by the band or its management.
This fucking song. Oh.
This next video has nothing to do with the paranormal, yet it shows a rather terrifying scene.
The fuck? Why is this in the
Startling video was
compilation?
captured in January 2023 and is seen here, uploaded to ABC7's
This isn't a
YouTube
ghost
channel and
video, but I
Robin
thought it was
Holmes'
cool
Instagram.
anyways.
It shows Caroline Sasaki
House
stepping into her
explodes.
living room in Honolulu, Hawaii, just as a massive boulder comes crashing into her home.
That's fucking insane. Oh, a rock fell down.
The boulder
Guy's
rolled
reaction.
down from a neighboring hillside, tore through an external cinder block wall, hit the family's car, then hurtled through the living room before ending its rampage in a bedroom. Sasaki revealed to the media that she had only recently moved into the house prior to the incident. I heard the loud boom, and apparently the boulder passed right in front of me. All I heard was the boom and then somebody asking if I was okay,
She got
Sasaki
fucked up.
told the media. An investigation was immediately launched to ascertain how the boulder managed to penetrate the house. Basically, I'm in shock, Sasaki continued. I refused to look at the video, so I'm not sure how close, but everybody's telling me I'm lucky. God is with me.
God is with me.
Thankfully, no one was injured during this shocking incident.
Oh, a rock fell down.
In December 2017, a group of thrill-seeking women found more than they bargained for during a visit to the infamous Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville, Louisiana. Known as one of the nation's most haunted sites, this historic estate often lures adventurers from around the globe, all hoping to experience something supernatural. On this particular day, the women documented their adventure by taking a series of selfies
been
of
there?
the
Sick.
property, which, upon closer inspection, reveals
Seen
an
ghosts?
unexpected photo bomber. The owner of the plantation later shared the intriguing image to their Facebook page, garnering a lot of attention. Here you can see the women standing in front of a row of windows, but there appears to be an eerie apparition subtly stealing the show.
That one woman's eyes, the bottom
In the
left,
back
are
right-hand
piercing
corner,
my
you
soul.
can make out what looks like a face. This unexpected presence has sparked debates about its origins. Some believe it may be the face of Chloe, a slave girl reputed to haunt the grounds. Over the years, the spectre of Chloe has reportedly shown up in multiple photographs, giving her a notorious status among paranormal enthusiasts. Others, however, propose a less supernatural explanation, that the face is merely a play of light, shadow, or reflections against the window. Regardless of what you believe, the photo surely adds to the chilling allure of the Myrtles Plantation. Is it an eerie coincidental reflection, or could it be a spectral appearance of Chloe herself?
Chloe's one of the
As with many
things they
such
talk about.
supernatural claims, the truth remains shrouded in mystery. An incident that unfolded in 2019 continues to intrigue paranormal enthusiasts and skeptics alike. Jennifer Hodge, a mother residing in Atlanta, Georgia, claims to have captured the ghostly image of her deceased son on
least
her
they
home
stuck to their guns,
security
I guess.
camera. The unusual
that is
event
weird.
occurred while Hodge was in bed watching television with her daughter Lauren. She received a phone notification alerting her to the presence of a person in her kitchen. To her shock, the image revealed a male figure bearing a striking resemblance to her son Robbie, who tragically passed away from a suspected drug overdose 2 years prior. The camera, triggered by movement, had captured an image of what appeared to be a transparent figure, complete with a beard resembling Robbie.
So sad.
Hodge and her daughter rushed into the kitchen but found no signs of intrusion, and the mysterious figure had vanished.
The mom's like, he was here, he was
The image,
here.
hauntingly clear, seems to depict a man in white pajamas.
See a little baby head at the
Though
top.
initially terrified by the apparition, Hodge has since found solace in the incident, believing it to be a sign that Robbie is at peace in the afterlife. Despite her consolation, she admits to still being in a state of shock and confusion over the strange happening, describing it as an insane and crazy experience. Robbie, who passed away at 23, is remembered as a kind-hearted individual by his mother. Together, they had established a charity aimed at combating addiction by leveraging real estate, earning both national and local recognition for their efforts. Hodge confessed her uncertainty about the incident, expressing a desire to compare her experience with those who might have encountered similar apparitions in their home security footage. Yet, as she still
There's probably so
grapples
many
with the
people with
startling
cameras in their
event,
house
the
now
memory
that
of
think
her
they
son
see
persists, his transparent
family
image
members.
offering a strange comfort amidst the unanswered questions. While the veracity of the ghostly encounter remains uncertain,
It's
the
actually just
incident has
someone
sparked
living in your
widespread
house.
Discussion. Is this just an unusual trick of the light, a technical glitch, or a paranormal phenomenon? As the debate continues, Hodge's experience serves as a poignant reminder of the powerful bonds of family and the enduring search for understanding in the face of loss.
Jesus Christ, very long-winded on this one.
In a photo that's stirring up significant chatter across social media platforms, a normal family day out fishing took a chilling turn. A seemingly innocent selfie taken by 13-year-old Haley Ogletree in Tifton, Georgia, has suddenly become an eerie artifact of the unexplained.
Maybe just show the
photo
other
capturing a
part.
joyful Haley after a day spent fishing
Just
in
slowly
paradise
zooming in on this
to a
little
local
girl's
spot
face.
seems to hide more than it reveals. Just behind Haley, a spectral figure
fuck,
lurks
bro?
unnoticed in the frame, standing next to her brother.
Show the fucking guy behind him.
Corroborate the uncanny nature.
I don't think we need to see 80% of this girl's face to show that.
Security footage captured inside the kitchen at a restaurant. At first, everything seems perfectly normal. But watch what happens next.
Fucking. Damn, man.
On first watch, you might just think the cook simply slipped. But if we watch it zoomed in and slowed down, a more mysterious scenario presents itself.
I mean, you could see the fucking ground is shiny. That shit needs like a little. You need a non-slip mat there. You need a non-slip mat in front of the fucking oven, man. You can't just have that there.
A lot of viewers think the cook was grabbed by poltergeist, a type of entity that many paranormal investigators think can interact with the physical world. As always, though, I'll throw this one out to you, the viewers, for final judgment. What do you think's been
I
caught
know,
on
it
video
seems
here?
like just like a
Let me know in the
fucking
comments down below.
accident waiting to happen.
In mid-2014, a Reddit user named rmarino817 introduced the online community to a conundrum that's still debated.
Eyeball.
A seemingly innocent photo uploaded on the platform harbors an eerie presence that continues to puzzle
Again,
viewers.
it's the same fucking thing.
photo shows
Grandma
my
in the
friend's mother
background.
captured-
You've seen this one before too. It's the fucking grandma sitting at the table in the background. This video is an hour long. What the fuck?
Beach culture.
Oh, Santa
It's
Cruz.
historic giant
I think we may have actually seen this video before.
adds fuel to the eerie legends surrounding the Santa Cruz Boardwalk, a popular amusement park with a shadowy past. Established in 1907, the Santa Cruz Boardwalk has been an emblem of California's beach culture, its historic giant dipper roller coaster a centerpiece of amusement park nostalgia. However,
I can't
beneath
wait.
the veneer of fun, the
Going
boardwalk
back
covers a darker
summer.
history, marked by a
Love the
series
Santa
of tragic
Cruz.
incidents that has left an indelible spectral footprint. In Jalen Rich's
Centipede
video, we
of
see the Santa Cruz
nostalgia.
Boardwalk at nighttime, long after the amusement park has closed and all patrons and staff have gone home.
No one's on there, is there? Okay, I totally saw someone.
Watching that
Yeah, I gotta
again,
check
not
out
only
Austin
is
one
it
of these
strange
days.
that the ride's operating after hours, but if we slow
King
it down
Gizzard's
and zoom in,
doing a big show
we see what
this
appears to
summer
be
in
a
Austin,
person
actually.
sitting on the ride.
Not going to it, but going to the other show.
However, they appear to vanish.
Appears to vanish.
This spine-chilling sighting gains more substance when contextualized with the park's history.
It seems like
The
Austin's
Giant Dipper, operational
off
since
sometimes.
1924, has been the scene of at least 4 fatalities, All victims reportedly stood up during the ride, meeting untimely ends as they were thrown off the coaster. The first victim, a 16-year-old boy named Walter Fernald Bryan,
maybe don't
died
do
only
that.
months after the coaster's debut on September 21, 1924. Bryan was flung forward from the coaster and crushed by the ensuing train. Other fatal accidents followed in 1943, 1958, and 1972, each incident adding a new layer to the ride's haunting reputation. Walter, the first victim, is still believed to reside in the park.
These
Former
things
employees and
scare me.
riders claim to have victim is still believed to
You guys remember that Arnold movie where he's like in one of these and it falls? He's like fighting someone. I forget what movie it is.
reside in the park. Former employees and riders claim to have seen his apparition, typically appearing at night after the park's closure. Witnesses have reported seeing a boy dressed in dated clothing vanish without a trace during the ride. Others have spoken of a tactile
Try to find the
haunting,
clip.
feeling tugs on their sleeves or taps on their shoulders when no one else is around.
So this whole part here is like kind of like an under awning you can walk through, and then there's a giant arcade right here on this side. This is all, I don't know what's on the second floor. It used to be like the world's oldest arcade on the Pacific Coast or some shit like that. I don't remember. It had some kind of title like that. These are all like little restaurants. And then there's like a candy place right here where you pick, you know, what the kind of candy you want. They weigh it for you. One of those like candy weighing kind of things. They have candy shop on the boardwalk. I forget what it's called. It's pretty good. There's like a surf shop right here too. Apparently there's like stairs. One of these rooms up here is supposed to be haunted. Also underneath the boardwalk is where Jordan Peele's Us takes place. Which is not, I think it's my least favorite Jordan Peele movie, but
or taps on their shoulders when no one else is around. Adjacent to the roller coaster, a restaurant called Pizza One, just near the bumper cars, also has its fair share of spectral tales. Around 2012, employees began reporting the so-called barefoot ghost.
So-called barefoot ghost. Is this an AI image? What the fuck is this? I gotta capture that.
Ghost.
Complete,
As the
they're half
establishment
blurred.
would close for the night, inexplicable bare footprints would appear across freshly mopped floors, contributing to the area's paranormal folklore. Beneath the boardwalk, there's a labyrinth of private tunnels, often cited as a hotbed for spectral activity. Employees have reported sightings of a ghostly young boy, approximately 13, sprinting through the dimly lit underground passages, only to dissolve into nothingness. So could Jalen Rich's footage be tangible evidence that the Santa Cruz boardwalk really is haunted? Perhaps this is a glimpse at young Walter himself. A Reddit user known by the handle GamingIsLife91 recently posted a video that's turned quite a few heads on our Slaptam subreddit. The footage, originally captured to document fighter jets flying over the user's house just outside Richmond, Virginia, ended up documenting something more intriguing. Gaming is Life 91, an aviation enthusiast with a passion for photography, started filming as the sounds of the military jets echoed in the distance. The focus of the video swiftly changes, however, when an unidentified white object darts across the screen. Here it is, slowed down. It enters the frame from the top, circles around the jets, and zips out of sight, exhibiting a speed and trajectory that set the comment section alight with speculation. The footage triggered a flurry of theories from viewers. Some jumped to the extraterrestrial hypothesis, suggesting it might be evidence of alien activity. Others, however, proposed a more earthly explanation, arguing it could be a butterfly flying closer to the lens, creating an optical illusion of a larger, faster object high up in the sky.
Saw it.
While the footage remains open to interpretation, there's no doubt that it's a peculiar capture, fueling animated discussions and further blurring the line between the mundane and the mysterious. Whether it's an alien visitor, an optical illusion, or something else entirely, it's a stark reminder of how much we still have to explore and understand about our own skies.
It's fly way higher than people think. They need that
Here's
thermal
a
or
quick
whatever.
yet eerie one uploaded to TikTok by It's Me Chiquito. It's some CCTV footage that shows something rather creepy.
I think that's how Monarch gets his name in
and
Venture Brothers. Like their
shadows
plane,
zips along the balcony of a building.
his parents crashes through a bunch of Monarchs and they die.
Comparing the figure to the people on the bottom floor, it doesn't appear to be normal at all. It's small in size and moves unusually fast. Given that the black mass runs along the balcony in a perfectly straight line, this seems to rule out the possibility of a bug on the lens, as it matches the trajectory perfectly. So what do you think this could be? Love to hear your theories on this strange sighting in the comments down below.
I don't even know what that was. Yeah, when I was first getting into Venture Brothers like years ago, I actually kind of hated the Monarch.
Between reality and illusion. The video, shared on YouTube by Supernatural
kind of one of the main
Confessions in
characters.
February 2023, features an eerie encounter of a bus driver during an overnight shift. The bus is empty, and the driver is finishing his shift when he notices something quite strange.
Kau tengok ni Okey, kat atas ni ada orang kan?
The display appears to show a man dressed in dark clothing sitting in one of the seats on the upper floor.
Kau tengok ni Okey, kat atas ni ada orang kan? You up tu lah.
However, when he checks upstairs, there's no one there.
Sial kan, tak ada orang kan? Nak bawa ni ke sini. Okey mak betul lah.
Despite the real-time contradiction, the monitor feed continues to exhibit the mysterious figure calmly seated.
Okey, kat atas ni ada orang kan? You up betul lah.
This eerie discrepancy has sent Singapore's netizens into a frenzy of speculation. The video has quickly gained traction, with locals debating whether it's an authentic supernatural incident or an elaborate hoax. The unsettling footage of an apparent phantom passenger, invisible to the naked eye but captured on camera, continues to baffle viewers, adding another layer to Singapore's rich tapestry of ghostly folklore.
You up betul lah. Pagi-pagi dah buat seram lah.
A chilling CCTV clip from late Feb 2023 has captured the attention of the internet thanks to a TikTok upload by user JoLo777. The footage originates from Thailand and features a security
Yeah, there's a lot of characters in Venture Brothers too that are like callbacks to almost like 10 years ago now. I can't believe how long that show
officer is
stretched
in a
over.
neighborhood park responding to a reported disturbance.
It's still a good one to just throw on random episodes sometimes too. At least like the first few seasons are.
However, something odd can be seen floating through the trees.
My favorite episodes are when like OSI is fighting like Sphinx and stuff like that, or the whole like Sphinx arc.
The
I love all that
ambiguous
shit.
figure's ghostly quality has led some TikTok viewers to suggest it might be a sighting of the Krasu, a notorious
Krasu.
entity from Thai folklore. The Krasu is described as a nocturnal female spirit, often portrayed as a floating head with internal organs hanging from the neck, which it uses to feed on various items with a particular penchant for blood and raw food. To this day, the security officer has no way of properly explaining what he saw that night. So for now, this bizarre encounter will have to remain a mystery.
กูยืนอยู่แล้วกูวิ่งแล้วไอ้สัตว์กูคงไม่มายืนแล้วไปนั่งดูอย่างนั้นหรอกโดยลูกโป่งนี่อะไรอ่ะลอยบินลงมาหลบต้นไม้ได้อ่ะลูกโป่งหาเลยอ่ะลงมาหลบต้นไม้เลยอ่ะ
Yeah, I think Holy Diver is Doc Hammer too.
In March 2019, a chilling image uploaded on Reddit by user MilkBoy33 sparked both intrigue and dread among the community. This eerie still was taken from their neighbour's home security system, which had been triggered by motion detecting someone in the living room during the mid-afternoon. The image shows a grey, featureless figure seemingly moving across the room. What makes it all the more chilling is the fact that no one was reportedly home at the time this figure was captured. The post included an account stating that the neighbour, upon seeing the unsettling image, was left in a state of utter distress. She was reportedly unable to find a logical explanation for the figure and waited outside her home in tears for her husband to return. One user commented that the figure bore an uncanny resemblance to a woman. The commenter even suggested that the figure appeared to be wearing an 18th century style dress with a petticoat, further feeding into the mystery surrounding the image. This mysterious incident poses a significant question. What exactly was captured on CCTV here? Is it a clever manipulation, a peculiar trick of the light, an intruder, or an inexplicable, possibly paranormal phenomenon? Love to hear your take on this one in the comments down below. Our last segment of the day features a photo sent in by one of our viewers, Mel Taylor. It was captured several years ago in a cemetery on the mid-coast, New South Wales, Australia. It seems as the sun was setting, something rather odd's been caught on camera. Can you see it? Among the tombstones, you can make out what looks like a translucent figure. Members of our Facebook community page were shocked by this eerie sighting, agreeing that there does indeed appear to be a bizarre-looking figure. So is this just a case of pareidolia, or is there something more sinister going on here? Take another look and judge for yourself. A TikTok video that's been making the rounds on social media is causing quite a stir. Uploaded by user elkakui.tv, the clip features a chilling incident from a late-night bus ride in India. In the eerie footage, we see the bus driver at the end of his shift urging a woman to disembark. Cloaked under a shroud, her face should be visible, yet all we can see is darkness. Despite the driver's pleas, the woman repeatedly refuses to leave the bus.
I mean, this is just every day on the bus here.
At one point, the driver says, "Call the police, this lady doesn't have a face." A chilling statement further amplifies the tension. The incident continues for some time before the authorities are contacted.
She ain't got no
according to
face.
reports, when the police finally arrived and inspected the bus, the mysterious woman was nowhere to be found. Adding an extra layer to the mystery,
Was that like a
several viewers
ska
claimed that the
cop
woman
car? Did
casts
you see
no
that?
shadow, a detail that's only heightened speculation. Mysterious woman was nowhere to be found.
See this thing? The mighty, mighty boss stones come to arrest this lady? What the fuck is this?
Adding an extra layer to the mystery, several viewers have claimed that the woman casts no shadow, a detail that's only heightened speculation surrounding the strange incident. The most popular theory being circulated suggests that the faceless woman is a djinn. A jinn, stemming from Islamic mythology, is a supernatural entity that can take different forms and possesses
Yeah,
free
she just
will.
fucking bounced.
It can be benevolent, neutral, or malevolent. The notion of the faceless woman being a jinn.
She put a
plays into
blanket
these
over the rest of her
cultural
body, and they were
beliefs,
like,
fueling
"Where is she? We
fear,
can't see her anymore."
fascination, and endless online discourse. But what exactly is
that-
happening in the footage here?
I'm
Is it
sorry,
an
what was
elaborate
that?
hoax design course? But what exactly is happening in the footage? Fascination.
It just looks like a rabbit. Looks like Bugs Bunny, but like angry.
In an endless online discourse. But what exactly is happening in the footage here? Is it an elaborate hoax designed for viral fame? Could it be a disoriented individual in need of help? Or, as many suggest, is it a supernatural encounter with a jinn? With the woman disappearing before the arrival of authorities, we're left with an unsolved mystery that continues to perplex and engage viewers worldwide.
Who really died that day?
There's very...
All right. You know what? I'm going to play some Zomboid for a little bit. I think it's time.